Good afternoon for our live viewers. It is time for a silver bracket, and we've got a lot going on for you here as well in the world of Dr. Mario. My name's JB Henry. I'll be joined by Sarge in a moment. We've got a couple things to talk about. First, for those of you watching live, our Super Nintendo tournament qualifying closes Sunday night, Monday morning, midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern, and it'll be played next Saturday on William in Texas's channel, so you won't want to miss out on that. Also, Team Battle Royale signups running through next Saturday, August 8th. So get those signups in if you want to get in on some Battle Royale and get some more versus licks in. Fightcade's a very great platform for that. All that said, it's our silver bracket for the month of July. We have 11 contestants here. We have Luke's dad and Sportsy facing off here in our first match. And what can you tell us about these two, Sarge?
Oh, yes, ready. Good luck, JB. Oh, wait, no, I'm on the wrong page. Hold on. Here it is. Yes, we have Sportsy and Luke's dad. These two have had some really great matches as of late. Sportsy has won against William, Prey, Lilac, Moving Music Club. A lot of people in the silver bracket, actually. He's been doing very well for himself. Even has crowns against Larvae and Cat Pants. So Luke's dad has done very well for himself, been the silver runner-up in January and in April. So, these guys, both of them, very good at advancing far in the tournament.
Yeah, and I'm taking a look here. Looks like Luke's dad has a 629 average, 4-7 to Sportsy's 651. So Sportsy giving up about 30 seconds here. So he's going to have to be a little bit more efficient and play a little bit more aggressively than he might like. But he's been playing this level block 30 times as opposed to Luke's dad's 8. So he's a little bit more experienced.
Yeah, I'm also showing here that here it is. The 4-7 best, Sportsy actually has a slightly faster best in Luke's dad, 550 compared to 558. So, it may be a better average for Luke's dad, but Sportsy has the better overall time, so this could go either way.
All right. Well, we are just waiting on readies from both of our players here. As a reminder, our level block in rounds 1 and 2 are levels 4 through 7. You're really looking to shoot for under 6 minutes to have a really competitive time here. I know I try to shoot for under 6 minutes, but sometimes you get in that 6:10 or 6 minutes, 6:30 range, which also can be pretty competitive depending on who you're facing. So we have a ready from Sportsy, so a ready from Luke's dad. Canada versus the US here.
Yeah, to your point about the times, 4-7 can get some very wild time differences depending on how the virus is placed. Sometimes you'll get those low levels where the pills are close together. You can just zoom through them. Other times you get like one blue and it's on its own row and column, and another blue zone. If you can't do combos well, so it can make for some very wildly variant times between matches. But we do have now readies from both people, and here is our countdown: 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right, I'm looking at these layouts. You just said it. Wildly different layouts here. A big cluster in the lower right section for Luke's dad. Sportsy's kind of playing a floaty board that's going kind of down right to left here, and he's getting some early clears, playing through the bottom of the board, and that's so important in this level block.
Yeah, my personal feeling is I like the floaty boards, having everything up top being a challenge, because it's all downhill afterwards.
Mm-hmm. And Luke's dad's just got some great setups here. He's got good combo setups, has something for everything right now, although he is now devoid of blue. Sportsy's playing a little floatier of a board here. Really would like to see him get access to that blue up in row number 6. We'll see what he does here. Looks like it's going to be some under clearing over on that left side. It's 6-6 here as these players continue to fight through level 4 pretty quickly.
Yeah, I rather like what Sportsy. A lot of people would say focus on the traffic light that was in column 3, but due to where it is, everything would cause some pretty steep drops either way. So he took what he could that way. We got Lukestad out at about a 108 and 118 for Sports. It's about a 10-second difference going into the next level here, JB.
Yeah, Sportsy had an opportunity to three yellows and really make that end game a lot more simplified and didn't go for it. And it's a matter of, seeing or not seeing those sort of things. So, but he's off to a really strong start here, already down to 16 viruses here. Luke's dad playing a floaty blue-yellow top line here. Not a lot of red access for him, but he's making some great moves. I love this move on the right, getting himself open access, and then a double blue, cleaning up column 8, playing a much lower top line now as he's down to 11. Sportsy down to 10 here. And again, Sarge, both these players making some really, really smart plays.
Yeah, I get the feeling that we're going to see beautiful vertical there by Sports. I get the feeling that we're most likely going to see him wait until the end on that blue in column 2, just because there'll be such long drop time on that red there. Gonna have a little bit of an issue trying to get that red out in the corner. He's gonna have to really take it out vertically, and he did decide just to take the blues out there. 6 on 3 though, so he has a bit of an advantage here, and I'm not quite sure I agree with that. Oh, I see what he's gonna do to get that red
Great
down
drop combo.
8. Yeah, and just need one more yellow on his side. Lukestad just need one more red. It'll be Sportsy out first at 245.
Sportsy had a really nice setup to combo himself out. There's that red for Lukestad out at a 253. He's going to be into 6. It's just a 1 virus chase down. You're not going to particularly see high number chase downs on this 4 to 7 bracket, barring some sort of disaster. But both these players playing incredibly clean here through 6. Lukestad down to 26. Sportsy down to 21 here. Sportsy trying to figure out the solve for this top line with these 2 yellows.
Yeah, it's a very complicated top row, and looks like he may have misdropped just slightly with that red-yellow in column 2. It's going to make things a little difficult. I don't see him underclearing that. He's probably going to have to build up to, take him out from up top and then get the red afterwards, I'm guessing.
He could also, at this point, it's a little late now as he's cleared those blues. He could have thrown some garbage on the top of the blue and set up for the double yellow horizontal that way. It would have complicated the other double clear he had along the bottom, but he would have been forced to underclear it. But I think that would have been the smart play. Let's see what Sportsy does here. And he was trying to go vertical. He does have that opening to go horizontal, and that looks like that's what he's doing here. And yep, there it is, and has honestly a great setup here for this underclear as well. That end game is going to be a little dicey, though, I think, Sarge.
It looks like he's figured out a good way to handle that red, but he has left himself 3 yellows, most likely going to build up and take those out horizontally, and then just need to get the yellow out. Meanwhile, Lukestad just needs 3 more blue. There's 1, there's the second. Sports out first at 436. Lukestad out at a 436. We are tied going into the last level here, JB.
Yeah, and the thing I immediately notice about Sportsy's board is all that yellow is on the bottom, so anything yellow early is going to be rough going. He's making it work, but he is going to have to do some forced garbage comboing just to have, just any sort of good vibes going through the end of his 7 here. Meanwhile, Lukestad is playing an exclusively blue top line here. There's a little bit of red he can work with on that lower section, which he's cleared out. But you just see so much blue, whether it's garbage or viruses. And I love this Elia, and he's going to get the garbage cleared out. I would have loved to see him open up column 1 a little bit, and it looks like that's what he's going to do, getting himself set up for a nice horizontal. It's 5 virus advantage here for Lukestad as we're in the final portion of this first round.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy finish for either one of these. There is 1 yellow left on Luke's board, and a lot of floaty viruses, red-blue on the left side for Sportsy. It's not the most ideal boards in the world, but they are making it work. It's 5 versus 9 now. Beautiful slide over. I think Sportsy slid down over just a split second too early. That might cause him a little bit of issues, as Lukestad just down to his last 3 viruses. Looks like he might be trying to take those blues out Horizontally, though, he'll have to get that yellow out of the way first, and that could give Sportsy a chance if he gets the right pills quickly.
Yeah, Sportsy had an opportunity with double red rush to really cement a good finish here, but he slid that double yellow over, and I think that handcuffed him. That's going to give the easy win here over to Luke's dad. He'll be up 1-0.
Yes, GG's to both of our competitors here, who both had to work through some very difficult boards for level 7, but managed to, for the most part, find a way to get through them. They got a good chance to show how they handle things when the boards are not the most ideal in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're going to get things going here for our second crown. Sportsy's going to have to win out. Winner faces some dude. I don't know. We'll figure that out later, I suppose. Luke needing one more crown here to secure his spot into round number 2.
I'm trying to look up some dude's record right now. I'm not finding him in the database. I'll figure it out later.
No, don't worry about him.
Yeah,
don't.
Probably no one important.
Some rando.
Yeah, which we have ready from both Luke's dad and Sportsy, so we are ready for our next matchup. Ridley apparently has played some dude. We got our 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right. Oh, big double blue opportunities on that top section for Luke's dad, and immediately going to take it, getting himself a setup for some reds. Meanwhile, Sportsy playing a floaty yellow top line, managing to make things work right now. And the thing with these kind of boards is you can't try to get too cute. You got to try to keep things simple. And it looks like Sportsy's well on his way to doing that, despite getting reds he doesn't particularly need at the moment.
Yeah, Luke's done a good job of pretty much bringing the entirety of this board down. He has no viruses left beyond the 4th row, which is always a good thing to do. As Sportsy's got a lot of yellow to work with, JB.
Yeah, and when you're down into this kind of moment here, it's really about end game planning, and I really like what Luke's dad is doing here. Looks like he's going to go vertical along that right side. He's been forced into that situation, or he's going to clear garbage and set up horizontally here. Meanwhile, Sportsy is dug real deep here. Just got a lot of red and blue and really wasn't able to do anything. It's Luke's dad out at 1:08. That's a time you're really wanting. You want that par of about 1:15. So great start here for Luke's dad, and he's continuing to pour it on. Nice tuck play here, getting everything nicely set up, and this double yellow is going to be huge, getting more off the board, already down to 18 viruses through 5.
Yeah, and Sportsy just keeps getting more and more and more red, and he has not needed any red for almost a full minute. So this is just slowing things down for him as he tries to make some sort of path. He needs yellow, and he's not getting virtually nothing in the way of yellow, which is just making it so that Luke's dad just keeps getting further and further ahead here.
Yeah, and something Sportsy could have done is he could have speared that blue fragment down and just needed only one blue to clear that bottom blue virus. But he is going to be out now finally at a 2:08. That's a rough start, especially with how far ahead Luke's dad is doing right now. The only really saving grace here is Luke's dad's going to have to clear garbage or under clear to get access to that blue, which slows him down a little bit, but not too much to make it a competitive game at the moment. It is going to be 20 viruses ahead here for Luke's dad as he's out at 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and Sportsy did not get a good level 5 either. He got a mostly red-blue top line with a full blue stairwell all the way across, and almost all of his yellows at the bottom of the board. So he has not had the most fortunate of luck this time, but that does happen to us all sometimes. As we look at Luke's board, he's got a bit more of a balanced board. There is a lot of red at the top, but it wouldn't be too difficult to get to most of the other colors right now, but he will need a fair amount of red, and soon.
Yeah, Sportsy's been cruising on this 5, though. The problem he's running into is he has zero need for blue. His blue viruses are all cleared out, and he got himself a little bit of a mini blue rush, so he's trying to get things cleared out. And I think he should have gone just out down the middle with the Blues. Not quite getting it there, and looking like he's just trying to cluster in for Reds. You got to be really smart when you have to slide in pills, though, Sarge.
You really do. It's very easy to overhit or underhit and then end up messing up a fair amount of work that you have to clear out, as Sportsy is just really struggling to get much in the way of reds here now, and all of this blue-yellow is just slowing him down more and more, and not sure if he wanted to do that because it knocked a red down that he really needs, but if he's not getting any red, like I don't even know what to say about this RNG that Sportsy's getting at this point.
He's gotten several blue yellows in a row. That's I like blue and yellow as a Brewers fan, but not that much. 415 as Luke goes into level 7 first, looking to put this one away here, and playing with some great confidence, and being into 7 under 5 minutes is humongous. That really puts a good pace up in your business here. We'll see what Luke's dad does. Great clear. He's got that blue garbage, but he could still work with that. Get a horizontal clear. A blue red would be huge for him right here.
Sportsy had to wait almost 20 seconds there for a red. Finally out of level 5 at 450, and this is just unfortunately, this one has just been. I'll be honest, this has not been a winnable series of levels for Sportsy. It doesn't matter who you are.
Sportsy didn't really negotiate the early RNG to really favor himself, and sometimes you kind of have to play with the mindset that there's always a possibility that you're gonna get stuck, and you just want to make sure you're in a good situation where that isn't a possibility, or you can really limit the damage by helping build yourself something. It just didn't really work out for Sportsy there. It's just how everything was clustered on that left side of the board, but you can always get him next month, as Sarge is going to, or as Luke's dad's going to put that away with a fantastic time of 5:37, which I think is a PB by quite a margin.
Yeah, I'm showing here that Luke's dad's previous best is a 5:58, so that is a pretty substantial personal best. GG to both of our competitors, and but we're not done here, are we?
We're not done because we have to go get our practice on. But we've got another set of round 1 matches. William and Movement Music Club and Marky Mark and Spunky Muster are going to have a 4-box here. Ook and Archer Lewis going to bring you all the action right here on the other side of this break, right here on the DRMC.
Welcome back, everybody, to the DRMC Silver Bracket for July 2026. I am Luke the Librarian. Joining me is Archer Lewis. And we got our first four up of the day. We've got William in Texas taking on Music Movement Club. And at the bottom, a little programming note. This is actually going to be a quarterfinal match as our number 2 seed Knucklebuster has had to drop. So the winner of Marky Mark and Spunky Muster will get a bye in the next round and go straight to our semifinals. So as I said, I've got Archer Lewis with me here. And Archer, what do you think about these two matchups?
I think these two matchups are going to be something to see for sure. As we know, William and MMC, they have played before back in February, having with William and Texas winning the match 2-0. But we know that MMC has been steadily improving. We know that he has had 5 qualifying PBs in 7 months, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive for sure. And he's hoping that he can pull out a win or pull out some crowns at the very least. Meanwhile, with Marky Mark versus Spunky Muster, this is their first ever meeting, so who knows how this is going to end up. It could go either way for any one of them. We know that Marky Mark even has had wins against William in Texas and MMC. Meanwhile, Spunky Muster has had wins against JB, Sarge, and Luke's mom. Quite the assortment of tough opponents that she has been up against and won against. So we know she can pull some fast ones.
Yeah, and William, of course, doing it all right now. He's getting ready for that SNES tournament that we talked about that'll be held next weekend. And then last weekend, he joined us in Wilmington, North Carolina, to play some verses. So I got to hang out with him some. It's been a busy month for him, but we've got our players going on, and I like these top boards. Don't hate the bottom boards. What are we doing here? The RNG isn't too bad.
Yeah, the RNG sequencing for both sets of games. I was watching as the top matchup was pulling out the gate, and immediately I saw a bunch of really interesting setups on the side of William and Texas, and he's just clearing out this board. Look at how all of these viruses just melt away on the side of William and Texas. But take a look at MMC, and his board is clearing away very, very quickly as well. Oh, a bit of a misflip there, it looks like, but I'm sure he will find ways to manage the top of his board right there, getting a nice setup for a horizontal at the bottom of the board. But William and Texas out at just under a minute. That is really fast out of level 4.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough boat for MMC to get through this, but I mean, he's got the options for underclears here. That's going to take a little bit longer, and it's a shame. It was a really good positioning for him as he was coming out through that, but is going to just try to take this horizontal, or not horizontally, but rather as an underclear. Got that set up there as Marky Mark also into level 5. Spunky Muster just a little bit behind, also going to have to pull some underclears to be able to get her way through here. So, this is a puzzle game, and sometimes it acts like a puzzle game. So, there's the good clear for Spunky Muster. She just needs one more red and she will be out.
But looking back at the top board, there's a lot of red on the side of William in Texas, and he's getting red, but in the mix is some blue as well, which could prove to be a little bit of an annoyance. As he does have that blue at the bottom of the board, hopefully is able to get that blue tucked in nicely there. There we go. Now just has a swath of reds left to clear and just getting blues and yellows, which is a wee bit unfortunate. But on the side of MMC, looking over as he has not long entered into his level 5, just it's not my favorite board assortment with all of the colors as they are, but he is finding ways to methodically clear through his board thus far. What do you think of these boards, Oog?
Well, it's been a lot of just color blocks. That those first levels were deceptively nice. Now the game is kind of turning back into its normal self as none of our players really getting the most fun boards. But you can see that there is a single level difference as Spunky Muster, with just yellows left on her level 5, and Marky Mark trying to get through this level 6. Hasn't got her lapped yet, and she's going to do her best to keep that from happening. Same on the top, actually. MMC just getting out of that lapped position, but Marky Mark making good progress. I really like just the board sight that he's got. You saw he just put a couple of pieces down that found a good way to use both sides of the pieces, but now he is staring down a whole lot of red that could be a troublesome bit. We're just gonna wait and see what the game's got for him.
Yeah, it looks again as if he's getting a fair bit of red, but amongst it were some blues and yellows. Getting a nice red yellow to get the nice vertical drop clear as he does so. Just needing a few more red halves, and he will be out into his level 7. Meanwhile, MMC is just finishing off his level 5. It's looking to be quite the awkward board state that MMC has right now, with that yellow at the top of the board, but opting to use yellows to clear out to get the red, get access to the red at the bottom of the board. It looks as if he was trying to make the horizontal, but had some error along the way, which is unfortunate. But doing the best he can to keep movement happening in his boards out into his level 6 at about a 4:42 is MMC.
Yeah, I mean the real issue was that he had, that one misdrop, and it'll tilt you. And the game was not helping a lot. The end of his level 4 was just it was a ton of punishment pills. You can see he's getting a double yellow blitz, and the it's so rare for a double yellow blitz to actually have a use. So, he's doing the best he can, but it really does have a tendency to just get you flustered when something like that happens. So, the best thing he can do right now is just not let these boards take him down. Get some good positioning on, try his best not to get lapped, and just hold out for the next one, or hope that his opponent has a complete crash out. But tell you who has not had a crash out, that's Marky Mark, as he is out at a 532. Uh, so he will take game number 1 of this best of 3.
And that is a PB for Marky Mark as well. Its previous PB was a 6:53 according to our data that we have. So that is a sizable improvement on his 4 to 7 best.
That is a great jump, and it just shows what you can do with some practice. I know they are in the middle of a Mario 3 randomizer tournament, so I'm not sure when Mark is getting a chance to get his practices on, but clearly he is finding time to do some of it. And shout outs to John Detflindo, who is also in those tournaments and has been kind of recruiting. And our other champion of Mario 3 Randomizer, William in Texas, also taking that win at a 639 over Music Movement Club, who does just barely get lapped on that one.
Mm. Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's not as if MMC had been playing particularly poorly. He's been playing really, really well. It's just minor optimizations of play, which William in Texas has been learning how to do in these recent months. Plus, I imagine with the practice in SNES that William has been making, it's helping see boards in different ways and how to tackle them effectively.
Getting corrected. Apparently, the timing is a little different than what as I should have guessed. I've been watching the randomizers on YouTube, so they're on a little bit of a different schedule. But anyway, so we've got all 4 players getting back to that ready state, and they will be going on here. But yeah, it's a lot of gaming going on.
Hmm. Just waiting for readies and the countdown.
All right, so I see 3 readies. There may be a 4th one above. No, I see 4 readies. Again, we've got one crown up on the left side of your board, so the both those players going to be trying to put this one away. Both players on the right side of your board hoping for a win to extend things and maybe, just maybe, feed those crows. As they're getting started, I can't say that I like what's going on the top of Williams' board.
I,
Uh, he's got plans. I'm just
I
not sure if they're going to be able to happen.
Yeah, that would take a lot of building up to be able to do what I can see that he wants to do, and I really, really hope he can do it because my combo brain self, I love those kinds of setups. They're some of my favorites, but you do have to be a little bit methodical, especially in these levels, especially because we know how the RNG can be, and especially with these strange low-level boards, it can be a bit of a pain. But as we take a look over at MMC, he is down to 6 viruses, having just steamrolled through this board that he has. And we look down at the bottom of the bottom matches. We have Spunky setting up for this last blue at the bottom of her board, just needing 2 blue halves. There's 1, there's 2, and out at a 110. Meanwhile, Marky Mark is just needing a blue and a red, and he will be out.
Out at a 121 and MMC out at a 127. So both the players who were looking to, make an improvement on the previous game have started doing so. They both come out of these first levels in the lead. And Spunky Muster taking a really cool slide tactic there to try to get everything set up for that horizontal. Is a little risky and paid off for her. So especially on this high speed, that makes things a little difficult. MMC, our only player playing on medium. True to my heart, I am a medium player, so doesn't really matter what your speed is, as long as you play the game fast.
Yeah, so long as you're not playing on low speed, then
Like, yeah.
you're really gonna run into some issues. But yes, medium or high, typically the speeds that a lot of players tend to play on. Um, Ultimately, it doesn't matter so long as you're going pretty quickly, as you said. But as we take a look back on these boards, Marky Mark is just down to 2 viruses left in his level 5, just needing this 1 yellow half, and he is out at a 236. Meanwhile, Spunky Muster is down to 5 viruses, and they're kind of clustered together, so it's going to be a little bit of an endeavor to clear all of them out in one fell swoop. But I can see that she has setups, she has plans, and she just needs to find a way to get at those plans effectively.
Yep, she just misses the fat log down on the bottom, but really doesn't have a need for it. In fact, this blue yellow is exactly what she needs to move this board to her end game. And both of our left side players have taken that lead back as Marky Mark with 20 left to go. William and Texas 21 left. MMC still very close to finishing this board out. Just needs a couple of yellows and we'll be able to do so. And then, yeah, we're getting pretty competitive here. Glad to see
Mhm.
what these players are doing.
Yeah, it seems as if having lost the first crown, the right-hand side, both of them have. There's a fire lit in their bellies, and they are hoping to claw their way back into a winning position, hoping to potentially give us a decider. That would be pretty nice. But we can see that William and Texas has just been speeding through this level 6 down to 8 viruses. He is, and just making quick work of these boards. Look at this double blue coming at the right perfect moment, getting a nice horizontal clear. Meanwhile, looking at MMC, the board state, it looks a little bit awkward. There's viruses in places that doesn't lead to effective, like, quick clearing all in one go, but he is finding ways to be quick and methodical with what he can do with them. Meanwhile, looking back at the bottom of the board, Marky Mark is into his level 7, and yeah, this is another interesting board, but has potential for some quick and easy clears, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Mark has really put the pedal to the metal, as it were. And I'm really impressed with the jump in his game. Just we were looking at his PB, we were looking at his averages, and things are really sailing here. Uh, and it's a good time for it to happen as we're about halfway through our season. Meanwhile, Spunky Muster almost at the bottom of this board. She just needs some reds, and she's thinking, yeah, okay, she's going to get this as a horizontal. I think that's a very good play. As long as the reds show up, there we go. She's going to be joining Marky Mark at a 528. Now, all four players in this level 7, a 16 virus difference on the top, a 14 virus difference on the bottom. Still pretty close, but things are looking good for our left side players.
Yeah, they're both zooming through these level 7s on the left hand side. Although looking at Marky Mark's board, I'm not I'm not really liking how things are shaping up to be. It looks a little bit messy. I'm sure there are plans that are in place that I may not be able to see, so I'm trusting his judgment in what he's doing. But to me, this doesn't look particularly clean at this point in time. Meanwhile, looking over at Spunky Muster, her board state right now is really clean, really nice, really. There's a lot of potential for this board at this point in time. It is, yeah, I like how it's shaping up, Ook.
Yeah, and I mean, if the right things come up, she could be finding a way to take it. Although that was a nice clear there for Mark, and he is, yep. I like what I'm seeing from him. A blue, then a red should do it. There's the blue. There's a double red to finish the board out. And at a 651, Marky Mark will take the crown and the win. And so it's over a streaking Spunky Muster, who really was coming back and giving him a run for his money. Meanwhile, it is 7-2, now 7-1, as William in Texas at a 716 also will take the crown and the win over Music Movement Club, who also really was putting it to him. So GG's to all four players. This has been a heck of a run. And it's not over yet. We've still got more matches to come. So stick around. You're watching the DRMC.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to everyone watching. This is the DRMC, and we have another quad box for y'all. Here commentating with me today is Espy. She is going to be helping me out with this today. Espy, what are you thinking of the matchups that we have? We have JB and Lukestad, and Sergeant Saris and Elsie. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, a couple pretty interesting matches to see this early in the silver bracket for sure. We have on the top of your screen JB and Lukestad. Not very often you can be sitting here in the silver quarterfinals and see a match between two people that have as much experience in our gold bracket as these two do. This is going to be a match that punches well above what you would expect from this round in the tournament. Then on the bottom of your screen, Sergeant Saros, LC30. Two players that unfortunately I think have been moving in opposite directions just a little bit. I know Sarge has been looking for quite a while now for getting back into level 16 with one of his quals, but does show up and put pretty consistent performances up in these tournaments compared to Elsie, a relative newcomer who has been playing a lot of verses and shown a lot of signs of strong growth on the speed side as well.
As we know, Elsie is one of the people who helps run the team battle royale, so she is very in tune with the versus side of this game, and as you say, she has been improving in leaps and bounds with her speed play as well, having recently joined the fray of speed play. But she is looking today to get her first ever crown, and I honestly hope that she can do it. I think if she can get it at any time, it will be today. And also, she qualifies for the year-end tournament by participating in today's tournament. So that's awesome. We love to see it.
And I believe that's true for JB as well, one of the founding fathers of the speed bracket, shall we say. Considers himself semi-retired now, but I believe this is his third tournament this year as well. So he will be eligible for the year-end finals in December with this tournament.
So we're just waiting on readies from all of our players. We have a ready from JB, ready from Lukestad, ready from Sarge, and a ready from Elsie. Now we're just waiting on the countdown.
As we kick off the quarterfinals here, it is still levels 4 through 7 in these matchups and still best 2 crowns out of 3. So we're still looking for around 6 minutes as a benchmark of a pretty good time in this block. Here's our countdown. It's 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Right out the gate, Elsie getting a nice double blue to get an immediate clear. Very, very nice to see. There are actually not that many blue on her board right now. That is a surprising lack of blue. The color diversity on her board is it's interesting. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, there's definitely some good use of the yellows there as she's working around clearing as much of the red at the top of her board as possible. Looking at the top match a little bit, JB off to a flying start here, already down to 12 viruses to go. A great slide T there, bringing him down to 9. That does mean he's out of yellow viruses, but with the pace he's at right now, that I don't think that'll be too much of a problem for him. Plenty of open space where he can put garbage if he needs to. That being said, it is a tie game with him against Lukestad in the upper right, although a bit of a clustered end game for Lukestad as we approach 1 minute into this first crown.
Yeah, but with this cluster, getting some yellow and blue to help clear off some of that cluster, just nice, quick, and methodical. But meanwhile, looking down at the bottom of the board, Sarge sped through his level 4 and into his level 5 as he is just finding quick and easy ways to make quick work of his board. And Elsie
Yeah,
also into her level 5 at around a 120 as well.
Yeah, a couple very versus-inspired setups for Elsie there, but did not cost her any time. About 118 she's getting out of level 4, still very much on pace for what you're looking for here. JB a little bit bottled up by blue at the end of this level. He'll finally break that down. He's actually out second in that match. A 5 virus lead for Lukestad at about the minute 40 mark. And JB has actually both players in that top match have a bit of a weird looking board here, where each color is kind of in its own cluster in a separate part of the board.
Yeah, looking at Lukestad's board, that big cluster of blue kind of in the center right portion of the board, I'm not a big fan of it, but hopefully the RNG works in his favor to be able to effectively clear all of those viruses. Looking back over at JB's board, most of his reds are in that center section of the board as well, so hopefully that will lead to being able to clear them out quickly and effectively. Looking down at the bottom, we have Sarge again just making good work of his board, but Else is down to 3 viruses, and they are all blues. So hopefully, let's just hope that the doc is nice and gives her some blues.
Yeah, both Lukestad in the top right and Elsie in the bottom right were dealing with a lot of blues on that level, held out for as long as they can but to get a double blue that really would have sped things along and didn't really get any luck in the matter. In your bottom match, it's pretty much an exact tie as we're halfway through this crown. That was, I think, 251 for both players. Looking at the top, Lukestad has taken a little bit of a lead here as JB is fishing for red and not getting any of it. He is going to be over 3 minutes coming out of level 5. That's a 312 right there. Enough for a almost 10 virus lead. Now 11 with that double from Lukestad. So a bit of pressure here halfway through the crown and some pretty clean looking boards to boot.
And Lukestad made a really smart play with a double blue, setting up for a horizontal right at the bottom of the board. So you can tell that his board vision's always been pretty good, but it's always nice to see when players make those split-second decisions to make use of a pill that otherwise would be unusable. Making a setup for later down the line is very, very smart plays. Meanwhile, looking at the bottom of the board, we can see that Sarge is making some pretty interesting setups, getting everything in order for the kind of the finale of this level 6. Meanwhile, looking at SB's board, she just needs to clear this red to get the nice drop vertical clear. Now, one more blue half, and she will be out.
Yeah, the first player out of level 6 there was Lukestad at about 415. Elsie not far behind. So those two putting up a bit of a lead from our lower seeds in both of these matches. JB has had a pretty rough go working on the right side of his board here on level 6. Set up some horizontals, but got absolute tons of yellow that he could not use and tore things down in a way that was not exactly optimal. That has really opened the door for Lukestad here. And he has a lot of setups going pretty early in this level. That definitely hallmarks of a gold level speed player, as we've seen from him before. Looking back at the bottom match of the screen, this is actually going to be a pretty close finish, as I really like just how many doubles there are on both of these screens. Elsie with again some very versus oriented setups here, blocking some things off but opening up other ones. Going through this board in a manner that I would find unconventional, but is very much working for her. It's only a 3 virus game as we get into the ending of level 7.
Yeah, with Elsie's playing style being a little bit more versus oriented, I don't know if this is a thing for everyone, but I personally find that the more versus styles tend to lend themselves to these lower level boards because you can make up really interesting combos to just clear everything out in a very quick fashion. Sarge, looking at Sarge's board, he has a lot of red and a few blues left, but he has got ways to clear them all out. Meanwhile, Else is down to 1 red virus left, just needing 1 more red half, and boom, out at a 558, 559.
Yeah, she has gotten her first crown in the speed bracket, so congratulations to her. Sergeant Saros had a double red a little bit earlier and about 5 different places to put it. And unfortunately, he didn't get more than one, as that would have been really nice in speeding him along here. Over on the top of the board, we also see Lukestad out at a 604. It's the lower seed taking crown 1 in both of our cases. And it looks like JB and Sarge will be playing this out. JB with a nice combo
Oh,
there.
wow.
2 detached verticals. A little bit of flashy play in the ending here, but unfortunately it won't quite be enough to take this first crown. Sarge is out 628. JB looking at a time in the high 6 minutes here.
Yeah, 628 is still a pretty decent time. Our players are hoping for a sub 6, but the times between 6 and say 630, 640, a pretty decent time for the silver bracket levels 4 to 7. Out of the 647 is JB as well, so let's hope that our left-hand players are able to, maybe get a crown, give ourselves a decider, feed the crows. That would be nice.
Yeah, JB definitely, from his body language, but also just from what I know about him, not happy with how that crown went or the time he put up. I suspect we might see a little bit of poking the bear here on our top match. Could be room for some pretty good times if the pills fall just right.
So now we're just waiting on readies from our players. Go ready from Sarge, ready from Aaron, Luke's dad. Go ready from JB, and ready from Elsie.
Here we go. Our 4 players are ready. Countdown is coming. 3, 2, 1, and pills. It is Luke's dad and Elsie trying to end it. JB and Sergeant Saros trying to extend it. Maybe not what we would have expected on paper coming into this match, but looking to be a fun second round here. As Elsie's board, first thing I notice, very much a canyon, almost nothing
wow.
in columns 4 through 7.
Yeah, Elsa's board is near empty. It's while in any other circumstance we might be saying that, oh, that's not gonna lend itself too well to quick play, but in this instance, in these lower levels, these earlier levels, that is sometimes just what you need. You want it to be near empty so you can just quickly maneuver all the pills and just clear everything out in very quick fashion. As we can see right now, she is down to 4 viruses and it's under 50 seconds, which, that's incredibly quick. Meanwhile, looking at our top players, we have JB down to 7 viruses. A lot of blues at the bottom of the board, but I can see he's setting up for a drop horizontal at the bottom of the board, and let's just hope he can get one more blue. There we go. Look at this setup. Boom and boom. There it goes. Down to 1 virus left, needing 3 blue halves in order to be out. But meanwhile, Luke's dad is into his level 5 already.
Yeah, a couple of very nice setups there from JB, but took pretty much the entire bottle of drop time on a couple of them. That was enough for Luke's dad to get out first at about 111. So very close match here. But that little extra penalty that JB had to pay for that setup is looking like it is a little bit of a difference right now. On our bottom match, Elsie is absolutely cruising through her board. She's down to 11 viruses to go in level 5 already. These were times we were seeing people get out of level 4 in crown number 1 in the last round. A little bit of a clustered end game, but a very diverse one. Definitely something she knows how to deal with. Sarge, on the other hand, a few horizontal layers to break through on his board, and not many of them are yellow.
Everyone else is down to just needing 1 red half. There we go, out at a 2:15 into her level 6. That is a blazing time into a level 6. That's incredible.
And we could be seeing pretty similar times from both of our top players right now. Luke's dad, just a couple blue halves to go. He's looking to get out at around 230. JB could have some nice setups here if he gets some red pretty soon. Looks like that's starting to come through the pipeline. He's going to be out at around 240 at this pace. So we could see 3 or maybe even 4 sub 6s gearing up here in the second crown.
And I see that. I'm not sure if that red yellow at the top of those blues was meant to be placed like that, because I could see that he was trying to maybe lay it down flat so that it could create a really nice stack, but still managing to find ways to clear the board very quickly and effectively is Aaron. 19 to 19 right now at the top of the board. They are now 18 to 17. It just goes so quickly. You can't just call the amount of viruses they have, because then the viruses are immediately gone as soon as you speak. But it is now 22 to 8 at the bottom of the board in favor of Elsie at the moment, just speeding through this level bracket. It's incredible to watch.
Yeah, Elsie, all gas, no brakes right now. Prioritizing that blue that was lower down on her board at a time when I'm not sure that was the right thing to do. Now she got the pills that show that clearly it was. A lot of red and yellow came immediately after it. But she was looking at the blue before I think I would have. Doesn't matter. It's her game, not mine. She's out in under 4 minutes into level 7, looking for honestly hot time territory at this point. JB's out of level 7 at 359 as well after a great end game. Here comes Luke's dad with several yellow doubles in the horizontal, and he's out at 410. The action just does not stop, and 4 very, very good times are on pace right now.
Yeah, these times that are coming from our players right now are incredible to watch. And even just watching as Sarge is very close to finishing out his board as well, just needing a couple of reds to clear out the space there, and now just a couple of yellows, and he will be out at 433. Still a really good time. Looking at the setups that Elsie is setting together right now, I
Oh,
am just
goodness.
waiting for all of this to just. Oh my goodness. Not quite going how she wanted them to. I could see that she wanted to maybe have not have all of the red yellows clear all in one go, trying to save the reds to drop down. I could see what she was trying to go for, but unfortunately didn't quite work out. Even so, still a really nice setup. Looking back at our top boards, JB down to just needing 1 yellow, and he is out at a 510.
That is a PB for JB, and I'm going to take a little bit of credit for that one. I did call out potentially poking the bear before this round started, but one of the best times he's ever put up. Luke's that out in a perfect clear 526. We'd like to give style points for that. Unfortunately, not part of the speed bracket rules. An amazing match on the top of your screen. We're still seeing the bottom one come down to its ending here. 16 Viruses plays 4. Elsie very, very close to cleaning this out. If she can horizontal that last red, it looks like she will. With just a few red pills away. One more now, 553. Another amazing time for her. Another PB for her. And we have a decider in our top match now.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to mention that it was a PB for both JB and Luke's dad.
Yes, it was. Wow.
Ridiculous. It's not very often in the silver bracket that you lose with a 526 and 4 to 7. What more can you say to that? That was ridiculous.
Yet somehow that's the second time this year that JB has won a crown in the silver bracket when his opponent got a PB. Ask me how I know. So a little bit frustrating when you're facing that, but this means he's putting up some very good work, playing exactly as we all know he can. Sarge is finishing out his level 7 here in the bottom left corner of your screen. He needs only yellows, which means here's the red-blue rush. 3 Viruses to go. He's hoping to stay under 7 here, and with, I think, 5 more yellow halves, he will be able to do that.
Just needing 1 more yellow half now, and he is out at a 701.
Yep, 701. Not the time he was looking for, but a very strong effort given some of the RNG he was getting and the pace he was on early on. That does mean crown 2 to Elsie. She will be going through to our semifinals. Those will be coming up in just a little bit. But we have unfinished business on the top of your screen. JB Henry, Aaron, Luke's dad, going to a decider 3, 2, 1, and Pills winner take all. Crown number 3.
Oh, and Luke's dad just immediately getting an instant horizontal. We love to see it when that happens. It's excellent work already. But looking over at JB's board, just again already just making these really nice and really quick setups, trying to find ways to quickly and methodically use the pills that he is getting, because some of them aren't exactly conducive to very quick clears. But and a nice little tuck swim into that little spot with the double yellow. Very, very, very nice.
Yeah, but maybe a couple slight missteps over on the side of Luke's dad. He had a couple pills there that he realized he could do something else in the midst of holding the down key and wasn't fully able to change plans. Luckily it hasn't slowed him down too much. He was able to get that red and blue garbage out of the way. He still has a 2 virus lead. This is going to be back and forth the whole time. I can tell you that for free. This yellow red will get him out still first at 106. Incredible time there. JB has 2 Viruses to go. They're a little bottled up in column 8. Looks like he's going to drop some of these yellows together, and a double yellow will get him out perfectly. 119. Still very much a time you're happy seeing on this level 4.
And looking over at Aaron's board, Luke's dad's board, I I like how this is all set up. There are quite a few blues, which I'm not too keen on, but I can see that he has plans to find ways to getting access to them. As you can see, that he's managed to open up a little bit of more of the board to try and find ways into the areas where the blues are currently located. Meanwhile, looking over at JB's board, making a really good horizontal clear at the bottom of the board. Looking down at the board is JB, trying to find those clears, trying to keep the momentum going with his board state. So very, very smart plays that JB is making. But as we look back over at Luke Stad's board, he is down to 5 viruses left on his level 5.
Yeah, when I saw Aaron's board, I was a little more concerned about having nothing to do with yellow than I was about the fact that how much blue there was. Luckily, he's done a very good job preserving as many access points as possible. Hope good use of both halves of that double blue there. He's down to 2 viruses to go, make it 1. Just 1 blue half. He's out at a 236. On pace for maybe a
Oh.
potential PB, dare I say. JB has a lot of reds to deal with in this ending now, not particularly close together, no really double opportunities. He's now gotten it down to just 1 to go. He'll be out at 251, just a little bit off the pace of where he was out of level 4, but still plenty of time to make up the 9 virus deficit that he now faces.
Yeah, with the rush that JB was getting, he just wasn't getting the red that he needed right when he needed it, which was a bit unfortunate. But knowing JB, he's able to push back and push back hard. He is down to 21 viruses, now 19, with that really nice clear that he just made. Just making quick work of these viruses is JB, but so is Aaron, just down to 6 viruses on his level 6. Now needing a bunch of red and some yellows as well. I think he's probably planning on making a horizontal clear with those yellows to make quick work of the final lot of yellows that he has. Very, very nice. Now just needing some red halves, and he will be out into his level 7.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping to see Luke's dad build up to that yellow horizontal on the right side of the board. He's out of level 6 at a 353, and again, an absolutely screamer pace. JB still not far behind, has some really nice double setups here. Has to break that one up just a little bit. Double yellow would be perfect for him right now. He's not going to hold out for it. That means he's buried his last virus a little bit. Could be just a little bit of spinning his wheels as he tries to get down to this last one. The door's open for Aaron on the right side of your screen. 24 viruses to go in his level 7. Quite a bit of red on this top line. Has setups to take care of a lot of it. JB is now out into level 7 for 26. It's still a 9 virus chase down, so no ground gained or lost from the end of last level. That was a pretty good way to attack what could have been a sticky situation on JB's side. Aaron has gotten rid of almost the entire left half of his board.
Yeah, he's a really good area to just drop any pills that are completely unnecessary to any setups that he might be making. It's always nice when your board state kind of looks like that, because it means you don't have to worry about that area of the board anymore. And look at this drop setup that he's made. I was kind of hoping he might lay that red horizontally to clear that red in column 7, but he opted not to. It's probably seeing something that I was not able to, which is totally fair. But as we can see now, 11 to 11, they are in a dead heat at this point in time. They are so close. Just JB storming through this level 7 of his, and now his entire right side of the board is clear, getting this really good drop clear, drop blue. Just this is going so quickly. You daren't blink or you'll miss everything.
Yeah, JB's gotten pretty amazing RNG this entire level 7 so far. He blocks off that opportunity at horizontaling his last blue virus just a little bit. 4 viruses plays 3. Luke's dad needs only red halves to go. I think he'll need about 4 of them. JB has 1 virus left of each color. He can clear the yellows right here. The horizontal blue is reopened. Luke's dad double red only needs 1 more. He's out 603. JB has passed that on the clock, and it is our 8 seed, Aaron, Luke's dad, upsetting the top seed. He will advance through to our semifinals.
Very well done to both JB and Aaron for just phenomenal playing from both. Getting a PB, JB getting The 5:10, that was a hot time, was it not? That was incredible. But we have some more matches right in store for all of you. This is the DRMC.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to the DRMC as the July 2026 Silver Speed Bracket rolls on. Unfortunately, just before this tournament started, we did see our 2-seed Knucklebuster drop out. We are hoping everything is okay with him. That means that our 7-seed Marky Mark will be advancing through to the semifinals by virtue of his round 1 win. So our last quarterfinal today is the 3-seed on your left, Twitchy Cat Pants versus 6-seed William in Texas. I'm still Solar Espeon. I'm with Ook the Librarian, and this is going to shape up to be a pretty interesting match, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Cat Pants is a perennial heavyweight when it comes to silver bracket. William on the rise here as he took a really good game one victory. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. Can't wait to see what these two give us, and we do have readies on both sides.
You know, William maybe a little bit new to the top 8 part of this bracket. He's not gotten past this round before. I do think he has a pretty good chance to do that today. Depends on how decisively he's able to play and how the RNG works out for these two players. We have our readies in chat. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, and pills as our final quarterfinal kicks off.
Ooh, interesting first pills for everybody. And I like this decision from Cat Pants to just knock out the bottom of her board, find a good, effective use, and you know, it's helpful. Also, like her use of the garbage pills there, as she's taking the slightest of leads William, I was afraid of all the yellows and that he had on his board, SP, but that has turned out not to be an issue at all.
Yeah, the core of his board was almost entirely yellow there for a while. I was hoping he might have used some of those blue halves a little bit differently and set up a horizontal down in row one. Um, Looks like he's going to find some other ways through that. Definitely won't be much of a time loss, if any. 3 viruses plays 5. Cat Pants looking to get out of this level 4 as quickly as she can. Could have been a sub-minute time with just a little bit fewer blue given out from the doctor. William down to 1 virus to go as Cat Pants has been spinning those wheels a little bit. He's out 108, has the early lead. Cat Pants 1 yellow half to go. Here it comes, 114. 2 very good times in this first level.
Yeah, these two just playing as well as you can expect. I like the setups that Williams got. There he goes. He had some ideas, and it was just kind of taking its time working out for him. He's eyeing those horizontals. That's starting to become a thing I'm noticing about his play style. The question is going to be, though, whether those horizontals are going to be able to be hit. He is doing a pretty good job as we look over at Cat Pants side, and that column 5 is just an absolute mess. It's not her fault. It's just the way the column is set up. But I mean, good grief, what on earth? It's one of those things that makes you wonder, what on earth is she going to do with it?
I think she knows exactly what she's going to do with it, with all the verses she's been playing. Here, she tears down a big chunk of it. Now she's going to want to attack some of that column 1, so she has more access to her blues in her end game. William has been looking at these 2 blues at the top of columns 1 and 2, and is deciding to build up to that horizontal. Not something I would have done. It definitely worked out for him with the timing that he chose to do it. 6 viruses plays 6, and quite a bit of stacking going on here as both these players try to work out this end game.
Yeah, and as you stated, Cat Pants definitely putting a very versus style play into place. You can see she's got this red blue, and if she sets it just right, there you go. She's going to be out at a 256. Just again, very versus style play. As William just needs one more red to get himself out. Informed. The word is informed. That's what I was looking for. Very versus informed play. All right. So both players now into level 6. And we see Cat Pants waiting around for this particular pill. Gets exactly what she needs to make the game go. If she were playing versus, she's not. So, and she probably misses that a little bit. But good plays going down. Gets her combos in. She is leading by about 10 viruses.
Yeah, when we first got into this level, it was only about a 5 virus lead for Cat Pants, but she definitely had the material advantage with some of the things she was getting up. That has manifested itself into what was a 14 virus lead for just a second there. She's down to her end game. There's a lot of red over in this corner. Hopefully, she does not end up painting herself into a corner with that last blue virus. With double red right there, I think she will be able to avoid that. Things working out quite well for her. A double blue will get her out of this level. She's done in a 4:13. Still very good pace for this level block. William has 10 viruses to go. Only 1 is red. And prioritizing that red there, not sure that is what I would have done. He's going to need a lot of blue help to get out of this board and keep pace with Cat Pants.
Williams coming off of a very fortunate double red blitz that ended at just the right time. But yeah, I like that horizontal. Now he's only got one loose blue pill half, so I'd say it's pretty good prioritization. But yeah, he is going to be very dependent on whatever blues he can get, as he is just struggling, waiting for those as the punish pills come in. There's a blue, needs just 5 more, and they are just not coming for him. This is the game must think I'm playing. Let me put it that way.
Hopefully he does not, no pun intended, bottle himself up looking for those blues. In fact, he doesn't. 5:16, quite a bit of a lead for Cat Pants now. We're looking at 17 viruses. couple of different places to use this double red. Great one right there in between the two viruses in column 2. Cat Pant's experiencing a double red blitz right now. Not what she needs this exact moment. She needs a lot of blue, and a double red blitz means there's not much close by. So we'll have to see what she is able to do with these yellows, using them as efficiently as possible. 8 viruses plays 24. A lot to like about Williams' board. Not a ton in the way of yellow access, but yes, a ton in the way of doubles. If Cat Pants gets really, really stuck on the RNG here, then the door will be open. But with a 16 virus lead here at the 6-minute mark, you have to let Cat Pants' chances.
Yeah, although Mark just set off a really nice combo there. Had the setup for some time, was just waiting around for blue again. And yeah, I like the ideas that he's got here. It's just not going to be enough, as it is Cat Pants out at a 6:19, which, double checking against her time, is about 45 seconds above her. That's a 4 to 7 time. That's pretty good time for her. Still about 45 seconds above her 6 to 9 PB, but well below her average. So that's going to do a lot towards getting her positioned well in our year-end tournament.
William going ahead and playing this out here. He has needed to rely on blue a lot and simply has not been getting it. That's just been the size of it in the whole second half of his level 7. Looking to maybe get a little bit creative with this ending. He has unfortunately passed the 7-minute mark, so not really where you want to be in this 4 to 7 level block. Potentially setting up a horizontal with the blue in column 1. That's the right thing to do with how much, to put it lightly, crap has needed to be built on top of it. And he's down to just a couple viruses to go. Big blue horizontal speed things along. And now just 2 red halves will get him out.
Here's all those blues he was needing earlier. As
Exactly.
Here come the reds. There's 1, there's 2. He's out at a 7:35. And has he put up a time? He has. Actually, that is a PB. Williams' previous PB was 7:54, so all the more reason to be glad he went ahead and finished that one out. As it won't count on the big board, but he'll know that that 7:54 is not the best he's put together in a tournament block. Oh, we are still on 4 to 7. My apologies. Thought we had moved up to 6 to 9. That is wrong. So.
So Slam will be coming up in just a few minutes here. We've gotta close this match out before we get used to that
I'm so
familiar
confused.
level
It's a
block.
Saturday. It's the
Both
end of
players
summer. I'm a children's librarian. We're crazy.
Both players ready for round 2. We've had our countdown 3, 2, 1 in pills. Cat Pants trying to end it. William and Texas trying to extend it. And a big hole in the core of Cat Pants' board could lead to a lot of quick clears or a lot of drop time.
Yeah, part of the question is going to be, is the yellow-blue going to show up?
Yes,
there it is.
And there it is. As soon as you asked for it.
Yeah, well, she needed it. She's been needing it. And, oh, look at the setup for William. I love this, except that he's not getting any red. Everything's coming up yellow-blue instead of Millhouse. Nothing's coming up Millhouse. There we go. There's some red, but he would love some double reds or some blue reds. There's the double red. Love that setup.
Would have been pretty hard to tear that down without either getting a double red or making a lot of garbage. So pretty fortunate timing on the pills he gets there. Now some double blues. I was hoping for more than one there. He could certainly use more than one. Cat Pants down to just 3 viruses to go. Some very nice combos, but they do come with a lot of drop time. Wisely taking this high blue virus last. She's going to get it out of level 4 first at about a 116. And William has 5 blue viruses to go that are all over the world on his board. Luckily, getting just enough help to get through it with at least some speed.
He prioritizes his setup, stranding a blue pill half there on the right, but is going to get out of here as soon as he gets 3 more, 2 more, and this last one, a 145 at a level 4.
Yeah, not too bad of an ending there, given some of the hand he was dealt, but it has opened up an 11 virus lead for Cat Pants over on the left side of your screen. But potential horizontal opportunities with some of these reds and yellows. I like that lightning bolt clear from her very much. That really alleviates some congestion over on the left side of her board. Needing a little bit of blue now, but has ways around it if she doesn't get it immediately, which is pretty much what's happening right now. Working through the left side of her board and trying to maintain this lead. 6 viruses plays 14.
Yeah, Cat Pants hoping to get one more yellow blue so that she can finish up this combo. Meanwhile, William hoping to get red and plenty of it. So-
Capian's not getting that last blue and tore down the combo a little bit early. I think I like that decision there. She's going to end up not really wasting any of any color further than the garbage that was already there. Down to 1 virus to go. Needing 2 blue has to get out. She'll get them both at once. 257 out of level 5. And over on Williams' board, 6 viruses to go, and they're all red, but certainly some better setups for getting out a lot of them than there were in the last one.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just taking its time showing up with the reds now. Last game it was blues, this time it's reds, and he just needs a small handful, not even a fistful. And 1, 2, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds is all this man needs. Game, can you find him 5 reds? Now just 2.
Good
All
use of the
right.
double blue there, throwing that all the way down to make sure there was no drop time in that ending, which was already a bit rough to work with. And good vision on the double yellow here as he was into level 6 at about 345, trying to get back on the pace that he needs. Still only about a 10 virus difference in this game. That's something we've seen made up before in the second half of a 4 to 7 block. And
Yeah,
Cat
and
Pants doesn't really have much to do with blue.
I was going to say, what it looks like to me is that there were some misdrops early on in this board for Cat Pants, and they were pretty high up on the board. I can't say for a fact that that's everything that's been going on, but it sure looks that way. And if you're William, that's exactly what you want to hear. That your opponent is having to dig her way out. And she is doing just that. It is now 9-15, and William in a better position than he was just a minute ago.
Great triple combo there from Cat Pants. Gets rid of a bunch of viruses in the right half of her board. Hoping not to leave behind that blue in column 2 or the blue in column 8 even at this point.
And watch the setup for William. Gonna get the red to trigger it. Big drop there, and he's gonna put himself within sniffing distance of the lead.
Yeah, great work there. He might even take the lead with given the work that is required for Cat Pants to get at this last virus. If she does not get a double blue, then this will be a bit of a painful dig for her. William with a board so clean you could eat off of it. 1 red virus to go over in column 1. He only needs 1 red half to get out. Come on, Doc, where is it? There it is, 530. He's taken the lead as we go into level 7 of crown number 2.
All right, if he's listening, then I'm sure he's got the same thing going through his head that I always do when I've got a lead going into the last level. Don't screw it up, don't screw it up, don't screw it up. But it's tough. It's a really tough mindset. Hopefully, for his sake, he is just not paying attention whatsoever and is just focusing on his board. As Cat Pants doing the same thing, knows that she just had a really rough level and is going to do her best to get back into this, and is just 3 viruses down. This one's going to be a race to the finish there, SB.
Yeah, quite a bit of wrong pill, wrong time for William at the beginning of this level. He was getting exactly enough blue halves to have run out of things to do with them, and has led to a little bit of garbage built up, especially on the right half of his board. He does have a 3 virus lead that might be about to disappear with some of these double clears that Cat Pants is setting up. She has a much nicer looking board, but only 1 blue virus out of 17 remaining, as she has quite a few setups for just generally triples, drop clears. I'd like to see her throw a double yellow down underneath into column 4.
Of course she's
There it
going
is.
to.
Great offset fat log. Wonderful timing on a double yellow rush there. You can't ask for much better than that. and she's taking the lead back. 8 viruses plays 11.
Yep. And Williams got some setups up here at the top. Unfortunately, they're not gonna drop any viruses. So he's trying to cut down the drop time, but at a certain point, you just have to get that mass out of the top of your board and just do the best you can with what you've got. He's hoping for a horizontal. It's not showing up, and it's going to be Cat Pants at a 733. Going to take this game and the match. This was a heck of a play. GG's to both players, and congratulations to William for really putting a good show on for us, and showing that improvement has really been coming. But it is Cat Pants who will be going on to face Marky Mark in the semifinals here in just a bit. William is, I think, no, he's going to go ahead and finish it. All right, yeah, 2 more. Make that 3 more yellows. There they are, out at an 8-13. GG's, my friend.
Yeah, 2-0 crown sweep there. Definitely not indicative of the fight he was able to put up. So both those players dealing with some pretty rough boards and some pretty rough RNG in that second crown. Cat Pants does survive 2-0 to our semifinals, and we'll kick those semifinals off right after this break. Coming up after this here on the DRMC.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, or good grief. What are you still doing up to? All of our viewers out there, this is the DRMC. We are into now the semifinals, despite the fact that I tried to jump the gun earlier, of our silver bracket. And joining me for this first matchup is Archer Lewis. And Archer, we've got Luke's dad, Aaron, against Elsie, a matchup we've never seen before. Partially because Elsie's never been in this position before.
Yeah, her first ever silver semifinal. This is so very exciting for her, I am sure. And I mean, it's always exciting getting into a semifinal, no matter where you're at in your Dr. Mario DRMC career. So I imagine both Luke's dad and Elsie are just getting amped, ready to go, ready to show us what they are made of in this matchup. So they're looking at our stats. Their qualifying scores were incredibly close together this month, with Elsie having scored a 15.23 and Luke's dad having scored a 15.36. But of course, Aaron having a pretty decent 6-9 best of a 650, but no score for Elsie in the 6-9 bracket so far. So looking forward to seeing what times she is able to show us today.
We are seeing readies in the chat, so we're going to be finding that out very quickly. Luke's dad, despite being the 8th seed, definitely going to be the favorite coming into this one, as he has a little more experience under his belt. But Elsie here to prove that she is no slouch, and they are off. And these we're in 6-9 territory now. This looks familiar.
Yeah, and looking at Elsie's board immediately, I'm not too keen on the board shape, with all the blues being where they are, but she is finding pretty good ways in how to clear all of the problem pieces that she's currently had. Meanwhile, looking over at Aaron's board, Luke's dad's board, he is down to 16 viruses as he is just clearing out all of these viruses that he has. Some of them are a little bit more floaty, which will result in a bit more drop time, unfortunately, but he is making do with the best that he can in this situation that he's got.
Yeah, and yellow red was a good pill color for him to be getting plenty of. You got to be thinking he's not too unhappy with what he's got, as opposed to Elsie, who just got a double yellow and had to be thinking, why on earth am I getting a double yellow? It's just this game. Sometimes it makes you wonder why we play it. But Elsie, again, making these very versus style clears. She is, as you know, a big part of the Team Battle Royale, and definitely has a versus style, and it's serving her pretty well, as she's just within a few seconds of our leader, Luke's dad, who is trying to find the right solutions here early on in this level 7.
Yeah, Luke's dad was into his level 7 at about a 130, which is about par for if people are playing in the gold bracket. That's about par of where people want to be coming out of that level. And we know Luke's dad has played in the gold bracket before, so he is no slouch, that is for sure. Looking at both of their boards at this point in time, 19 to 19, they are both neck and neck with this board, with Elsie with her versus style method of play. She is just making quick work of this board.
She has taken a small lead now,
Ooh,
and has extended
a
up to
nice combo.
3. Yeah, and
Yeah.
apparently she had a really nice combo. Go ahead.
Yeah, she had a really nice drop combo. I think it was like a kind of a bit of an L yeah situation going on in the center left side of the board, just making a nice quick clear. It was just very very nice to see. Apologies for the interruption, but
No worries.
be remiss if we didn't point that out.
Yeah, but it's now 3-8, as Aaron's got. Basically, he had a 5-0 run on viruses. to steal some basketball terminology. And it is now 3:14 that he is out. And Elsie, though, not going to be far behind. She got those setups and just needs one yellow to be out as well at a 3:27. So about 13-second difference. And yeah, Aaron's managed to get about 5 irises out of the way. So it's yeah, things are still really close with these two.
Hmm. And I noticed Aaron made a very smart decision in with a double pill that he had. I think it was a double blue. He opted to place it vertically, which would then lead to making a bigger horizontal clear that would clear more and lead to a setup that was a lot tidier than if he had just cleared it, just placing it horizontally right off the jump. So very very well done. That was. But looking over at Elsa's board again, there are some really interesting setups being made, and I cannot wait to see how they all pan out. I'm very excited to see how things shape up. 'Cause I can see that there is, I think, maybe a red horizontal play that she's trying to set up to make a drop clear with those blues. They're just waiting to see it all come to pass, and
Yeah,
opts not to take it.
she ends up dropping it about a pill too early. But here's a setup with the yellow horizontal that is going to combo as well. She's hoping to, I think, take the blues in one. The yellow's there. And yeah, it's again, she's got the lead. And it's not a large lead, but the way these pills are set up for her, I would say she does have the advantage right now, especially, oh, wow, after that play
Ooh.
a yellow red, and there it is. She's going to fat log it out 5:16 into level 9. So Elsie with the lead here, and Aaron trying to play catch up. He's, I think he's thinking about some of these versus style plays as well, and just not quite, maybe not quite with the experience of them. But he needs blue. He needs blue pretty badly, and it is just not coming for him.
And needing blue stat and not getting it at all is you hate to see it. It's always unfortunate when that happens, when the dog decides that he's out of blue. He's done run out of blue. No blue prescriptions today. But speaking of blue, though, Else is looking to be setting up a really big blue horizontal, and I'm not quite taking it the full length, but that's totally fair enough. Opting not to, but there's still a potential for more horizontals on the horizon, and I'm very excited to see it all pan out. Getting this nice cross clear with the blues. Just there's so much blue. There is so much blue on this board, Ook. It is ridiculous.
She's playing those blues with confidence, and I
Oh yeah.
think she probably knows that she's got a little bit of a lead. I don't know if she listens to commentary or not. I never recommend it, but everybody's going to do their own thing. And if she is, then she knows that she's in a good place here in this level 9. And honestly, if you pay attention to the silver bracket at all, you know that you're under 7 minutes. Here at the end of a 9, you're probably in a good position. But now she's got to solve these blues down in the bottom right hand corner, and it looks like combos. It looks like she's making combos, and we'll see how that works out for her. I mean, that was a big one, but it doesn't get any pills or any viruses,
Mm.
so that's going to be the real
There
question
we
here.
go. She's found a way to get at the viruses at the bottom of the board, but now needing blue and getting reds and yellows.
But Aaron with what I think might have been a misdrop there with a red. He really doesn't need to take that red horizontally because it's not going to do what he wants it to do. But it's Elsie just needs one blue. She's going to be out of 7:56, and that is now a
Oof.
time past for Aaron, but very, very close between these two. And just one red would have done it. There he is, out at an 8:07. So GG's to both players. That was very close.
Yeah, I won't lie, I was holding my breath for that final blue half as I was watching Aaron just quickly getting toward the end of his board. I was just thinking, "Ooh, this is incredibly close here."
And with that, Elsie takes crown number one. And again, we are best of three all the way through. So no need to wonder who, what, and how. That is the way it is going to be.
Now we're just waiting on readies from our players. Els saying that even she needed to catch her breath after that one as well. Oof.
Yeah. All
Okay, we got a
right,
ready
so
from Aaron.
I've proven to be very bad at predictions lately, so I won't say how I think this one's going to go. I'm not sure at this point, which is also a very good reason not to say, but we've got both readies.
Mhm. And we got our countdown: 3, 2, 1, and pills. Let's see what they're gonna do. Ook.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a temp. Oh, and Elsie sees the same things we do and then decides not to go for that horizontal. I was expecting it the second everything came
I
up, I heard
was
you do the
too.
same thing.
I was
But
a touch disappointed that she didn't take it, not gonna lie. I was waiting for it and she didn't give it to us. For
ooh,
shame.
and that is a misdrop on the bottom there for Aaron. He took the time to tuck this under, but unfortunately, that is not the position he wanted that to be in. But
Ooh.
oh
That's such
wow,
a nice combo from Elsie, the beautiful drop clear that she had made, a nice horizontal into the drop. It was just beautiful to watch. And she's gonna make another drop horizontal. Look at this. Just getting all of these quick and easy clears, these combos. The combo vision on Elsie right now is impeccable. Just waiting on a couple yellows and a bit of red, and she'll be out.
well, she's not going to be too far ahead if she is out soon. As Aaron, yeah, he's got plans here. He's wishing that double yellow came one pill later. But there's one. He just needs one more yellow, and he will be out first at a 118. Elsie also with a bit of a timer disadvantage. She's out at a 126. Hit start. There you go. Okay. Uh, had me worried there. So, yeah, slight advantage to Aaron coming out of the first level, but still a lot of game left to play.
Oh yeah, and Elsie making this really nice drop combo again, just with these nice. The combo vision of Elsie is just a sight to behold right now. It, I think it's no surprise. I'm a big fan of the combo style, but
You don't say.
this is just incredible to watch. You love to see it. But looking over at Luke's dad's board, he is down to 18 viruses. I'm not sure if that red blue was meant to go there.
Oh, it
That
was
looks like a
absolutely
bit of
not.
a looks like a bit of a miss slide in, wrong placement, which is a bit unfortunate. But I'm sure he can see ways of how to get out of it. Although I can see maybe he might be setting up for the horizontal with the red on the left-hand side with that red there. So there is a way out of that, just whether he sees it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a way out, but that one hurt because I saw the
Mm,
play. He'd been waiting around for that particular pill, and it didn't come through the way he wanted it to, and it's tough when something like
mhm,
that comes out. But we do see he is going to make that setup there, and now just needs to kind of pick his way through. But that's giving Elsie an opportunity. She just needs three blues to finish this out herself. There's 2 and 3. She's out at a 311 here into her level number 8.
Meanwhile, Luke just needing a few blues and some red, and he will also be out joining Elsie into his level 8. But looking over at Elsie's board, setting up a nice little drop vertical, clearing it pretty quickly. Another drop vertical gets cleared with the red, just making quick work of the top line of her level 8 is Elsie at this point in time. But Luke's dad out into his level 8 at about a 340, so could be better, could be worse. There's still plenty of time to be able to catch up to Elsie. 27 to 33 viruses at this point in time.
Yeah, and he had to be a little bit frustrated at the end of that board. He had a 50-50 with a red-blue, made what was conventionally the right choice, and then got punished for it by not getting any any blue for a good minute, several pills later. But making good progress here. He takes a tie, and Elsie takes the lead right back. But it is back to an almost even game here, as these two just going back and forth. It is 18 to 17. Just very, very close game here.
This is as close as it can get at this point. I'm a bit unsure as to why Elsie didn't opt for the horizontal with the double yellow at the bottom of the board, but clearly seeing something that we in the commentary booth cannot see. Sometimes you just got to make the plays that you see in the moment, and that is totally fair, totally valid. 9 to 14 at this point in time, with Aaron making a nice upside down T clear at the bottom of the board with some reds and blues. Just love to see it. Love to see those kinds of quick combos happening. I'm not too fond of the current board state of Elsie, although with that clear, managing to tidy things right up. So we're just waiting on a few more clears, and then she will be out into our level 9.
Aaron's got a yellow blue, I think. Okay, he's just going to manufacture it. So the next blue that he gets, pay attention to what happens here, because I think he's got it set up where he's just going to need about 3 more blues, but he needs a blue right now. Right now. There he goes. Okay. Yeah, I think everything's set up. He just needs 3 blues and a red, and that'll finish it out. But it's Elsie already into her 9, and whew, it's a tough end game here for Aaron. There we go. There's the red blue. Now 1 more red, and he will actually be out of this board. Oh, and he doesn't set it down. There we go. Out of the 619.
Yeah, a bit of a uphill battle for Luke's dad, but it's not insurmountable. I have a feeling he'll be able to make some good headway into his level 9, especially with how this board looks and how he is managing to clear out the top line of his board. Meanwhile, looking back over at Elsie's board, she is down to 19 viruses, setting up these combos, just setting everything up and then knocking it down very quickly and efficiently is Elsie. But yeah, this is these are some interesting board states for the both of them at this point in time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Neither player with the cleanest. Well, actually, Elsie's is not too bad, but she's got garbage and she doesn't want it. Unfortunately, that is what's going on with Aaron. He's got quite a bit more garbage than he would like to see. Elsie all clustered over there on the right-hand side of her board, but it is 7 to now 15. Aaron making headway, but again, just it may end up being too little too late, as Elsie is finding solution after solution here. Aaron would love to. Well, this double red blitz actually is exactly what he would love, but we just need some blues over on this left-hand side. They're not coming. This is getting closer.
Yeah,
Very
Elsie
close.
getting a whole lot of reds that she does not need at all.
There were 3
Not
blues.
entirely sure why she didn't take the double blue on the column 8, but I can understand why in some aspects. It's a bit of an awkward situation all round. Just so much red and no blue that Elsie is getting. can imagine it being somewhat frustrating. But there we go. Final blue out at an 833 is Elsie.
And out at an 833 is Aaron.
Oh,
Okay. We mentioned the timer disadvantage very early on in this set. I wasn't sure that was going to come through the way it did. Sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, we're going to have to step away for just a moment and double check those times, but that looked an awful lot like a tie.
mhm.
And I know you're all on pins and tenter hooks and all that. The time for both players, 8:32. We have a guaranteed tie. So GG's to both players. We're going to set up for level 10. So this is a format that if you've only watched the Silver Bracket, you may not be as familiar with. What we're going to do is we're going to play the next level. A top out automatically loses. I don't know what happens if both players top out. It's never come up before. Please don't let that happen, folks. But it is winner takes all. You don't have to go back to the stage select. You can if you would like to, but we will get the readies from our players. Looks like both players are going to go back to the stage select.
And then level 10 tiebreaker. How exciting.
I know, right?
Mhm.
At some point, we're going to have to do like frame counts and see if it's faster to go from the level select screen or from the previous level. I think it's from the previous level, but I don't know.
Mm. And we won't be finding out today as we get our countdowns in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
I mean, it's frames difference. Oh,
Mm.
don't like that first pill for LC, and don't like how much red's on top there for Aaron. So this could be a very interesting board setup there, Archer.
Yeah, you said you didn't like her first pills, but I liked how she worked out a way to make use of everything that she was getting, finding out ways to get like drop combos and setups for more drop clears later on. So very smart plays that Elsie is making. Meanwhile, looking at Aaron's board, he is making quick work of his basically cleared his entire top line, getting cracking on into the middle section of his board, trying to find ways to make good use of all of what he's getting, but unfortunately having a little bit of rubbish to deal with. Getting a nice horizontal clear on the right hand side of the board is Luke Stad. These board states are they're something. They are
Yeah.
something.
And I mean, they're practically tied up. It's now one virus lead for Elsie. Now it's a one virus lead for Aaron. It's, I mean, they're so close. And if, oh, there's a
Oh,
big play from
nice.
Aaron. That was a smart one, and that may give him the game.
Mm.
Of
Yeah,
course, if he does,
I saw that T clear, and I was really hoping he would take it. That was very nicely done.
of course, if he does take the game, then we just get to play more Dr. Mario. So,
Yep.
oh, there's the double red. Exactly what he wanted to see. 10-1, very close.
Just needing two more red halves is Luke's dad. There's one, and getting two more just for good measure out at a 155.
Ah, GG's. What a way to bring in the crows. We have not
Mm-mm.
fed them. Oh, no, we have fed them. We've fed them once tonight, but they hunger. And so get your caws in the chat. We got ourselves a decider, folks.
Just Elsie is finishing out her level 10
Yeah.
at 227. That's still a pretty decent time. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. What a way to get us back to even. And
Mhm.
oh, I don't know. It was in the chat earlier about whether or not we've ever had a silver tie. I don't know that we have. I don't know that we haven't, but I don't know that we have. So exciting territory here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime there is a tiebreaker, it's an exciting prospect. That's for sure. So we love to see it. We love our deciders. We love our tiebreakers. We love it all here in the DRMC. But now we're just waiting on readies from both of our players.
Yep. So we can love 4 more levels.
Hooray!
We won't love them though because there's levels 6 through 9, and those are terrible. But here we go in 3,
Oh
2,
yeah.
1 pills. Good starting pills from both players. Love to see what they're both getting. Oh man,
Mm.
these are nice. Which of course
It
means that the next 2 levels are going to be crap.
Oh, of course. That's always the way it goes with with this game, unfortunately. The doc giveth and the doc taketh away. It is an unfortunate lesson that we all learn very early on. But these two players, they are making good headway into their level sixes, making very quick work of their boards, and they are in a dead heat pretty much. 14 to 17 currently in favor of Elsie, but at this point in time, it is hard to say. It could go either way at any point.
Yeah, Aaron's got a lot floating around up there, so it's been harder for him to avoid drop time. He's had a lot of things that are just drop, 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 and like this here, just kind of been the way of this board for him. So that's been to Elsie's advantage. Oh, good cross clear there,
Mm.
and a big. Were there any viruses in that fat log for Elsie, or was it all just garbage?
I'm not entirely sure. I missed it, unfortunately, but I mean, it's that's the life of a combo player. Sometimes
Yep.
the clears you make don't always clear viruses, but they do look pretty. So there is that.
Oh yeah.
But Aaron into his level 7 at I think just under a 130, so that is a very decent time. Yeah, it's not a time to not a time to shrug at. That's for sure. But Elsie is just
Absolutely.
waiting on a few more, red halves, and she will also be in her level 7.
Yeah. Uh, this waiting game, it stinks.
Mm.
Oh, and that's not what Elsie wanted to do either. She's gonna have to. Okay, she's gonna take it as a horizontal, and there's the double red to bail her out. Out at 215, so about a 45-second difference. It's gonna be tough, but it's not something you can't get out of. As Aaron's looking over at the bottom right side of his board, trying to decide which set of double blues he's going to take horizontally. What a charmed life this man must lead.
Yeah, Elsie making a really smart decision and opting to take a horizontal, making use of the pills that she was getting. Once again, just seeing Elsie's improvement in speed, making these quick snap decisions to make the best use of the pills that she's getting. Very efficient play. It's nice to see. But meanwhile, Aaron into his level 8 at just under 3 minutes, which is a very good time for this level bracket in the silver in the silver bracket.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a time you want to be at. Uh, Man, it's a real cluster in the middle of his board that is going to take some solving. So he is doing just that. Meanwhile, Elsie, great setup
Mhm.
there. Love to see that. Unfortunately, oh no, she's got the blue there, so she can just do an underclear. Uh, Not sure what the play is here. Looks like it's going to be horizontals. Unfortunately, that is going to take some time. She might be setting this up as a vertical. Yeah, okay. So
Mm.
I think that's the right play, just forgoing any option for horizontals there. Gets the vertical out of the 404, so time not found. Had to make the joke. It's required as Aaron finds himself on the back end of a double red blitz.
But the time that it took for Elsie to get out of her level 7 gave Aaron all the time in the world to clear through his level 8, even while waiting for the pills that he needed to continue on this on with clearing the entirety of his board. He's just been able to steamroll through this level 8 at this point in time. Now just waiting on some reds and some yellows, and he will be out into his level 9.
Yeah, he had a fat log set up and didn't end up working it out, but now it just has a yellow tuck. And you know what? This double red blitz is welcome because you know it's ending at some point. And when it does, there's the yellow that you need. He gets that, is out sub 5 into his level 9, the last level of this block, unless they decide to tie again.
That would be something indeed if they did manage to tie once more, but it is looking like, it would be a very rare occasion if they do end up tying, given how Aaron is just making all of the right setups, all of the right kind of potentials for clearing the board in a quick and effective manner. Meanwhile, looking over at Elsie's board, she just needs 3 more blue halves and she will be out into her level 9. So not getting lapped, and there is still a chance for her to catch up and make her way back into this. It's not over until it's over, and she is showing that for sure.
Yeah, I'm not hearing Swong singing, so it's pretty much not over. A little shout out to all you who were there with us for TRMC 2023. Had to stop and think what year it was. But yeah, it's there's still plenty of game left to play, and really the pills are not being the kindest to Aaron right now. He does have an option, isn't going to take it with taking some horizontals with those yellows, but really just doesn't need all this yellow blue. He needs some reds to make progress on his board, and not really happening for him.
Mm.
It's been a
Yeah, Aaron is
serious red drought.
yeah. Yeah, Aaron was waiting to try and clear just the red so he could get the drop clear, but opting not to take it in the end after seeing that the reds were not coming in a quick manner, because it was not conducive to quick times, just leaving it hanging there. Meanwhile, that has given Elsie a bit of time to try and make a bit of headway, make a bit of a catch-up effort. She is now down to 12 viruses, but Aaron is down to 5 viruses now, getting very close to the end of his board.
Yeah, I like what Elsie's got set up. She's down to now just 4, but Aaron with this double red, that's going to be the dagger as he gets 1, he gets 2. He's out at a 724, and with that, he will be finding his way to, I believe, his second ever finals. Let me double check. Third ever finals. He's hoping third time is a charm on that. Is Elsie out at a 740? GG's to both players. This has been a heck of a run. And we've still got more to come, so stick around. You're watching the DRMC.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the DRMC, and we have our second semi-final match for you all today. We have Twitchy Cat Pants versus Marky Mark 679, and I'm joined once again in the booth by the one and only Solar Espion. Espy, what do you think of this matchup that we have for all the wonderful folks today?
I think this matchup's a little bit of a wild card. I do have a little bit of insider information from Cat Pants. She told me after her last round that maybe didn't feel the best about how she was playing. I think she has a pretty strong chance to take this whole tournament still. But that is something that's definitely on her mind. And then she is very used to this level block. Marky Mark a little bit less so, but he is making his second consecutive semifinal appearance. So 6-9 experience on both sides. This match could go quite a few different ways.
And these two have played against each other before, although it was in round 2. It wasn't in the semi-finals. So this match could go either way. Cat Pants currently having a 6-9 best time of a 5:29. It says in our databases. Meanwhile, Marky Mark's 6-9 best is a 9:34. So we will have to see what times they will pull up in this matchup. But we are currently waiting on readies for our players.
It looks
Got
like
ready
Cat
from-
Pants still has yet to reset her timer, so we'll be looking for that as well before this match can get underway.
Yeah, this menu screen is taking a really long time, as you can see.
12 minutes and 57 seconds to press start. It's a pretty rough split for her right there. There we go.
All right, the time is ready. We got readies from our players. We're just waiting on the countdown.
And here is that countdown. We have 3, 2, 1, and Pills. Our second semifinal kicks off with going to be a little bit of timer advantage for Marky Mark here. And Cat Pants, actually both these players with very good boards, a lot of doubles and a little L shapes from the viruses.
I really like the way Cat Panther's board state currently is. There's a lot of potential for some really interesting, really nice combo clears as she shows off one right away in very quick fashion, and setting up a bunch of others is Cat Pants just making quick work of this board, already down to 18 viruses, soon to be 17. Meanwhile, looking over at Marky Mark's board, the current board state, there is a lot of blue, and I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bad, but it right now doesn't, it isn't conducive to quick clear times, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Cat Pants was able to absolutely blitz this board with a ton of verticals, top down. Very much the play style that I like seeing on my own side. She has a little bit of a blue strapped end game here. Hoping to see quite a lot of that to let her get into this lower left corner. A combo here will help her get down to just one virus remaining. Does block off a horizontal potential there. Now it's reopened. So she very clearly knows what she's doing with this somewhat limited end game.
Yeah,
Looking
just
at
needing
Marky
one more
Mark's,
red.
yeah, just one red now to get out of this level, and it's not coming. It's not coming. Here we go. 1 minute and 38 seconds. Very respectable time for her. 6 viruses to go on the other side of the screen for Marky Mark. Those 2 reds could theoretically have been taken out together. He's looking to get rid of them one at a time, which nothing wrong with that on his side of the board. 2 viruses to go. He needs 2 more red halves. Here's one. Still waiting on the other. Now it's coming down. 157 out of level 6. Little bit of a lead for Cat Pants, but red.
Yeah, red please, doctor, as quick as you can, give us red. But Cat Pants made a really nice, slightly slanted fat log in the middle of the board, right before just the absolute need for red, which was very nice to see. And now she's getting red as well, so maybe all of our begging the doctor has aided her in this instance. We can only hope. It's 16 viruses for Cat Pants at this point in time. Meanwhile, 19 viruses for Marky Mark. So managing to close the gap a little bit is Marky Mark, but oh boy, that is an uncomfortable amount of blue.
Yeah, he has gotten a couple double blues, but unfortunately just barely missing the setups needed to get rid of a lot of them. Those 2 blues at the top of column 5 and 6 would have been really, really nice to take out at the same time. Looks like it may not be in the cards now. 7 viruses plays 13. Cat Pants is still actually fighting for quite a lot of red. She's gotten a lot of it out of the way now. 1 more red half and she will finally be done with that accursed color and just need a couple of blues. So she is looking to take a pretty commanding lead as we hit the halfway point in this crown. 2 blue halves to go. There's one. There's the second and a third one that she doesn't need just for the fun of it. 330. Marky Mark did end up taking those 2 high blue viruses horizontally, so that will help with his color diversity and needs for the rest of this level. Had an opportunity with a double red there for a drop cross setup. Would have been maybe a little bit risky to go for if there wasn't more red in the pipeline right away. So he has 3 viruses to go, make it 2. He also is needing just 2 red halves. Here's one. We are waiting on the second to come right away. 355 out of level 7, and it's a 13 virus lead halfway through the.
Yeah, and Cat Pants is just making all the right setups. I mean, also all the setups that I would probably look at making as well. Just quick, methodical, with a little bit of a combo flair. Is very, very nice to see. Down to 15 viruses is Cat Pants, with a lot of potentials for horizontals and drop clears happening. She does have a fair bit of red left on the board, and blue for that matter, and any yellows that she needs to get at are currently a little bit buried by all of the other viruses that she has left to clear out. So that's gonna prove to be a bit difficult, but she makes a nice little vertical clear with the yellows that I did not even see, so that was very impressive. Marky Mark is down to 19 viruses in his level 8, trying to make a good work on his board. But it's going to be quite the endeavor to try and catch up to Cat Pants, who has just been steamrolling through her board at this point in time.
Yeah, Cat Pants with a very sprawled out ending to this level 8 did lead to a little bit of drop time here at the end of the level, but she is down to just one virus to go, and a lot of that was actually very efficient, even though it may not have looked that way to begin with. Out at about 519 into her level 9. This is very good pace, and she's continuing to keep that pace up with this, at the start of this level with some very quick clears to lower that top line. Marky Mark has 3 viruses to go. They're all yellow. If he gets a double yellow, he could get both of these last 2 at once. Looks like that is not going to be quite in the cards, but he is still very much within striking distance. Out of 540, very good level 8 from him. It's a 15 virus chase down this time, as we are almost 6 minutes into this first round.
Yeah, quite the uphill battle for Marky Mark at this point in time, but not insurmountable. It's possible it just might be a little bit more effort than he might be hoping for to be able to make a bit of a comeback here. But looking back over at Cat Panther's board, she is again just making really nice clears, finding ways to effectively and quickly clear these viruses off of her board. I thought initially she might make a horizontal setup for those 2 reds in columns 1 and 5, but opting to take them vertically, which is, I would say, the smarter play ultimately. Down to 7 viruses now is Cat Pants just speeding through these boards. All of the boards in this current crown, she has just been making quick work of. You love to see it.
Yeah, some, if you'll pardon the pun, some surgical precision there from Cat Pants. She did drop some garbage into column 4, maybe a little bit before I would have, but it turned out to be a very nice way to manufacture more blue access. She is done with her level block at 702. Marky Mark is past that point on the timer, so crown 1 goes to Twitchy Cat Pants, and she is halfway to reaching our silver bracket final.
Mm-hmm. Very good work from both Cat Pants and Marky Mark. Very good showing already. Can we maybe see another decider? Maybe we can see even a tiebreaker. That would be something to see. We've already had one.
That would certainly be something we would enjoy. That would definitely not be something these players would enjoy. I can tell you that for free. But you never know. We saw quite a lot of back and forth in this match. Certainly not an insurmountable deficit. Marky Mark going ahead and finishing this out. We hope that he is able to get a sub 8 time here. 2 viruses to go. Now just going to be 3 red halves, and he'll be out of the level. Looks like the sub 8 is not there this time, but still very good showing, if a bit of a rough end game. Come on, Doc, quit rubbing salt in this
Come
wound. I
on.
can only vamp for so long. Here we go, 809. He is out of level 9. A well-fought crown on both sides, but it does go to Twitchy Cat Pants on the left side.
Yeah, even so, an 809 is a tournament PB for Marky Mark, so good on him for finishing out that level.
Very true. Good work there. And by the nature of that ending, we also saw that he's capable of much better. And hopefully we get to see some of that here in crown number 2, as it looks like both of our players have readied up.
And we got our countdown, and 3, 2, 1, and pills. Let's see what our players are made of.
Cat Pants trying to end it. Marky Mark trying to extend it as a very left-biased board here to start
Ooh.
with for Twitchy Cat Pants. And Marky Mark, a little bit of everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety. I'd say initially I wasn't entirely sure about the color diversity on Marky Mark's side, but he's managing to find ways to open everything up quickly and efficiently. Looking back over at Cat Panther's side, as you said, it is very left heavy, and her columns 7 and 8 are pretty much, well, they are empty, just with a little bit of trash on the right hand side for Cat Pants. Finding ways to being able to just put the trash on the right hand side so she doesn't have to worry about it. Just put anything that you don't need over there in the columns that you're not using. It's a very smart play. So it's 11-6 in 5 now in favor of Marky Mark, as he has been just stomping through this level 6.
Yeah, the right side of the board was able to be used as a pretty good trash can for Cat Pants throughout most of this level, but that does mean that she had to work a little bit harder to break through the top and middle of her board. So she's down by 3 viruses right now. Marky Mark just eating red to go. Again, we're not seeing any of it. Come on, Doctor. Here's one. That'll break some things down. Last one's up in column 8 over on the side. Cat Pants will be able to drop into her last red. She's actually out first on the screen, 133. Marky Mark's out first on the clock at 132. Again, a little bit of timer advantage there. Could be meaningful when it comes to looking at who actually has the lead in this match. And two pretty similar looking boards here. Decent diversity all the way down and some almost horizontal breaks in some of the action, making a multi-layered board.
And looking over at Marky Mark's board right now, there is a fair bit of blue on his top line. Thankfully, he is getting some blue in order to be able to clear it out. Now getting some red and just getting some of the pills when he needs them, the right colors right when he needs them. So thank you, Doctor, for not being annoying in this instance. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. But looking back over at Cat Pants' board again, there. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of blue. That's a lot of blue.
Yeah, Cat Pants it's a tie game on the scoreboard right now. Now Marky Mark has a 1 virus lead, but Cat Pants has made some priority choices that I'm not sure were in her best interest. Throwing away a few yellow blues when there was a lot of blue problems to deal with all around the board. So she is now has a 2 virus deficit. That blue virus at the bottom of column 3 looking like it may become a little bit of a problem pretty soon. And if she doesn't get any blue at all, then we're really going to see this endgame grind to a halt for her. Compare that to Marky Mark, 5 viruses to go. Big fat log there, partially unnecessary. Bottom one didn't clear a virus, but it still looked cool no matter what. 3 viruses to go. With just a couple yellow halves, he will be able to get out of this level 7 in the lead and keep his bid for a decider going. He's going to do just that. He's out at a 326 as Cat Pants now has finally gotten herself into a clear end game. 2 blue halves to go. Bit of a rough level 7 for her. She will be out 340 on the clock. So only a couple seconds, but a couple seconds is all you really need.
Yeah, those couple seconds can either make or break a tournament run. So you just have to hope that in this case it doesn't do that. Looking over at Cat Pants' board, there's again so much blue in that, especially in the top center of the board, which thankfully she is getting a lot of blue to be able to clear it, and reds at that, which she also needs. Again, getting the pills that she needs right when she needs them and not a moment too soon. Looking back over at Marky Mark's board, all of they're very interestingly spaced out. Like, it's not a terrible setup of pills and viruses that he has, but it looks to be also a little bit floatier, so it could lead to some drop time if he is not careful. 11 to 11, it is a tie game for these two players, getting closer and closer to the beginning of their level 9.
Yeah, 2 very different problems facing our players right now. Cat Pants had 10 viruses to go and 7 of them were yellow. Marky Mark has a stoplight with garbage that in column 6 that is not going to be very fast to take down, really, no matter how you slice it. So it looks like he's finally getting rid of that garbage now. More places for red and blue to go. He's temporarily blocked off the horizontal at the bottom of the board, but that might not have been what was in his plans anyway. 2 viruses plays 5. Cat Pants needs 3 yellow halves to get out of this level 8. She's free and clear. There's 2 and 3 out of a 522. Marky Mark possibly seeing a horizontal with this yellow. Yes, that'll clean up his endgame quite a bit. Correctly uses the blue half there to keep the progress going. Just 2 blue pill halves to go. There's 1. There's the second. 534 again. You can't get rid of this guy. It's a very close match going into the last level.
Yeah, incredibly close these times are from Cat Pants and Marky Mark. And Cat Pants had a really nice intro sequence for her level 9. She had a setup for a horizontal with blues with blues and reds, making very quick work of the top line of her board. She is now down to 21 viruses now, as she is reaching her mid game into this level 9. Meanwhile, 25 viruses left for Marky Mark. So it's as close as it can get, really.
There's some fantastic board vision at the beginning of this board for Marky Mark, tucking a double yellow to get a 5 pellet clear across that got rid of 3 viruses. Unfortunately, the right side of his board has been just a little bit too gridlocked for him to keep up with pace with Cat Pants in this level, but that's only so far. 10 viruses plays 14, still some time to go. I do like the diversity on both sides quite a bit. Cat Pants has some opportunities for horizontal with the blues on this bottom row. We'll see if she takes it. Looking like maybe not. Double yellow rush incoming, so a double blue will follow that. That'll really clean up some of what she needs here in this ending. 4 viruses plays 6, but almost all of them are red for Marky Mark. Gonna need a lot of help from the RNG and fast if he wants to stay alive. Cat Pants just needs 3 pill halves to go. She'll drop into a horizontal there. 1 red half. Great ending setup that I did not see. She's out 721. Look at the timer. Is it going to be there? Not quite. 724 for Marky Mark. It's a 3-second difference. I believe, I'm not sure if we'll need to go to the review for that or not. I forget if it's exactly 3 or less than 3. Either way, a very close match. Looks like we are filling in the second crown for Cat Pants. So she will be our second finalist here in the 2026 July Silver Bracket.
Yeah, congratulations to both players. You both played amazingly, but as we said, Cat Pants is going off into the finals. Don't y'all go anywhere. We will be bringing the finals for you. This is the DRMC.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to the DRMC. This is the July 2026 Silver Speed Bracket main event. I'm Solar Espeon. I'll be calling this match with Ook the Librarian. And Ook, it's our 3-seed Twitchy Catpants and 8-seed Luke's dad. It's an all-Canadian final, eh?
That's right. Break out your maple syrup. Go salute your goose. It's all Canada. It's going to be a great final here, and we can't wait to bring it to you. We are playing levels 8 through 11 in this best of 3, and once our players are ready, we're going to be ready to bring it right to you.
These two players, no stranger with this level block. This is Catpants' 4th silver final, Luke's dad's 3rd silver final. For everyone in chat, once again, the stakes get higher, so do the levels 8 through 11 this time. Looking for a time as close to or under 8 minutes, if possible, as a benchmark for a pretty good time for one of these crowns. Catpants still learning how live split works. There we go. 13-minute and 44-second split on her menu screen. That's finally been cleared up, and we have readies from our players.
Yep. Catpants doing her best out Canadian her opponent, dropping a sorry into the chat immediately, and can't wait to see what they're going to do. Players are ready, and there it is, a 3, 2, 1. Pills, eh?
Pills A indeed. Looks like Luke's dad started his timer before he actually hit start, so we'll need to subtract about 3 seconds from his time, looking at where he ends up. As we're getting started here in level 8, both players have a lot of one color on this initial top line, and they're both able to break through it pretty quickly to make some good progress down this board. I like the diversity on both sides. I like the double opportunities on both sides, but Catpants does need to be a little bit careful if she doesn't want blue to be an endgame problem in this level 8.
Yeah, well, sometimes the doctor wants to make it your problem no matter what you do, but
Very true.
it's yeah, that can definitely be an issue. The same for Aaron with this yellow. Look at his left-hand side. It's disgustingly yellow. It
Mhm.
could that could all peel off very easily. I mean, he's literally got a quad set up, but in fact, he could take it right now if he wanted to. But it has the potential of being an absolute issue. So nice to see these double yellows coming in, and we'll see if he is able to prevent the problems from showing up. But meanwhile, Catpants holding on to a 9-virus lead. She's on the tail end of a double red blitz. That of course ends with that red yellow, and now she's playing versus and trying to get out.
Could have been a massive T there from Luke's dad, clearing all the yellows and a bunch of blue at the same time. He didn't quite get the slide over, but it's really not that big of a deal. He was at a virus deficit, but a material advantage. He has a 1-virus lead at the very end of this level. These players are going to be neck and neck coming out of level 8. Luke's dad first, 152, but again, subtract about 3 seconds from that. Very good time, definitely on par pace for this level. Catpants needs one more blue half. She'll get one and a bonus one just for the fun of it. 2:05, she's out, and it's going to be a very close race as this first round continues.
Yes, indeed. As the top of this board for Aaron. Okay, it looks a lot better now. He comes across some really nice horizontals there, and that was what he needed because things were starting to look a little ugly. But he does find his way through it, and now Catpants hoping that this isn't a double red blitz. It is not, or if it is, it doesn't matter because it is over now. She had no access to red while she was getting those doubles, and despite the height difference, it is only a 4-virus lead for Aaron. Make that 5 now as things are just moving right along. But yeah, I can't say that I dislike what either player is doing because they are just ripping through these levels.
Very rare move from Catpants on the left side of your screen with a Tuck Lightning Bolt that really helped clear out columns 7 and 8, and that'll help her drill down to the bottom of the board a lot faster than she probably would have been able to otherwise. Though it is still her just a little bit behind 16 viruses place 10. there were probably 3 or 4 different ways to take all those yellow viruses at the bottom of Luke's dad's board in doubles. He picks the one that's right for him. He's down to just 4 viruses to go. Little bit of roadblock getting to that last red virus in column 1. Looks like he's going to take a horizontal on row number 1 and clear things up that way. Cat Pants 5 viruses to go. They're all blue, so limited pills that can help her out here. Luke's dad's out first, 352, still on that sub 8 pace that we're looking for of less than 2 minutes per level, but not many things he can do with yellow at the start of level 10.
Meanwhile, Cat Pants getting those blues, takes them out as efficiently as she can. Just very standard Dr. Mario plays. And she doesn't want to see a whole lot of blue here early on in this level. But that is exactly what came up as soon as I started saying that. However, things are looking good on her side. She is down to, that was not the play she wanted. So a little trouble on top of the board. She just needs to get a couple of blues to kind of clear things out of the way. Was able to get the hard side tuck, but it's still, you're going to be thinking about that until you get it cleared. So advantage to Aaron now, even more than it already was, as Cat Pants running out of time before the speed gets kicked up high enough that she's going to be in some serious trouble.
Yeah, not necessarily a catastrophic misdrop there for Cat Pants, but honestly pretty close to it. She set herself up to clear the yellows horizontally. She finally does that. There's going to be a lot of garbage on the right side of this board when she's finally able to tear it down. The door is wide open for Aaron on the right side of your screen. 18 viruses plays 10. A lot of red near the top line of Aaron's current board, but weighs around a lot of it. And even a double available in column 8 thanks to this very well-timed double red rush. So he is keeping this end game very, very clean. 5 viruses to go. No more use for reds, but plenty of places to put them if he gets them anyway. Cat Pants playing a little bit of a versus end game and is going to need to put in a lot of work to tear this down. Aaron is out of level 10, 557, once again maintaining that 2 minutes per level pace, on track to put up a strong time in this first round.
Yeah, there was a time where Cat Pants would have possibly benefited from just topping out on this level, just because then she might have had a chance to move it forward. I think that time has passed, and she's just right now kind of hoping for a slight miracle and really good RNG. Neither appears to be incoming at the moment, but this is at the very least what she's accustomed to with verses. You end up in end games that look a lot like this playing verses, so she's not going to panic. This is definitely territory she has been in before. She didn't want to. She did not want that horizontal there, but at this point, the best she can hope for is to just kind of, make things work out okay. A red yellow will push her forward, and then she'll just have to see what's going on. But Aaron, of course, taking this time to just tear right through this board. He is exactly where he wants to be, even if he doesn't know it yet. There's that red yellow for Cat Pants.
Yeah, we were all marveling
There's the
Cat
top.
Pants's survivability, and that's the minute I say that she tops out, which is unfortunate. But also, we should be marveling at the absolute speed at which Aaron dismantled this level 11. Had great RNG the whole way down, all the way until these last 3 rows. Still very much in the cards that he could get a sub 8. He wanted to move that double red over one more column, I think. Now he's going to horizontal and drop it down this way. 802 just missed the sub 8 mark. Still a fantastic time, more than enough to get the job done in this crown, and he is 1 game away from being your July 2026 silver champion.
Yep, just a few seconds off his PB there. And again, if you're Cat Pants, you're just like, okay, cool. My opponent had a really good match. It was good no matter what. So now I just have to hope that that was the best one he's going to get and then beat it next time.
Yeah, and on the other side of that token, Cat Pants has a very short memory with these things. She's not going to let that bother her at all. We are the odds of a decider here are probably quite a bit higher than the stats site might suggest if I had to take a guess. So far from a foregone conclusion this match, and I would love to see a bounce back from Cat Pants after really just one misdrop that derailed a whole bunch of plans.
Yeah. So the another interesting note is that Aaron is a medium player. Cat Pants is a high speed player. So gonna be the difference if he had done that versus her setup. So
It looks like
regardless,
a small correction from the chat. I had already forgotten about the 3-second timer error that I brought up earlier in the crown, which means with that correction, it is officially a 7:59. Congratulations to Aaron on your first, I believe your first ever sub 8 in an 8-11 block.
yes, indeed. All right. Not actually his first sub 8. He's, I believe, got a 757 PB, but regardless, still
Close enough.
good time. Yeah, it's still a great time. All right. Our players are on their ready screens and they've given us readies in chat. It's 3-2-1 pills in game 2. What could be the final? Could be the last before a decider. Let's see what happens.
Luke's dad trying to end it, Cat Pants trying to extend it, and Cat Pants also trying to get rid of all of this red caked on the top of her board. Doing a pretty decent job of doing that, but a lot of it's been attached to yellow, which she doesn't have much use for right this second.
Yeah, and she's got no use for yellow now that she's basically set up everything over on the top of that board. Meanwhile, Luke's dad, kind of an interesting setup there in column 3. Yeah, much better use for those red yellows over in column 7 and 8, but it's a lot of yellow on this top line. So far, the doctor providing, but we'll see if that continues to be the case and if Cat Pants will get the same courtesy with the reds that she's looking at.
Cat Pants had a massive combo tearing down the entire left side of her board, a T into 2 or 3 more drops. They got her right back into this match after Aaron had developed an early lead. 13 Viruses placed 13, but a large yellow L there from Luke's dad would have dropped some pretty unfortunate garbage on Cat Pants' board in a versus setting, but that's not the name of the game here. 7 Viruses to 7. It's two very similar looking end games with a lot of red and blue.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Aaron, I was going to say the blues that he needs for to take these reds out efficiently are not there, and then he's got them covered up. So he had, he still had blues on his top line, and that was going to be an issue. But it is Cat Pants out first, about a 145 ish, as Aaron also out of his level 8, and yeah, we're just zipping right along here.
Yeah, but both players out at very similar 147-ish times. Some great setups early in the level, taking a couple horizontals off the top of the board for Aaron on the right side of your screen. Fat log for Cat Pants on the left. We're breaking out all the skill moves here in the silver final. The gloves are off. 33 Viruses plays 25. Cat Pants' top line is very blue right now, but Aaron's top line is getting there as he has very minimal access to yellow that won't leave garbage further down the board.
Yeah, it's so much blue on top of this board for Cat Pants, but she is getting it, and that's always a nice thing when the doctor actually gives you what you need instead of teasing you with everything you don't. Yeah, I don't have a lot more on that one. They've got an interesting setup here for Aaron. He's definitely making it look like he's going to take these reds horizontally. There he goes. Finally finds what he needs, but now the stack of yellow just intermixed with some red is it looks like it wants to be a problem. I'll be real.
Yeah, that's not a collection of garbage that he wants to see right now because he pretty much needs to clear the yellow at the top of column 6 to be able to get to the other stuff. But if he does, oh, that double yellow. Okay, you got another one. Saw the big T clear in the lower left of his board. Now it's just red garbage to go on top of this brick of yellows in the lower right corner. Could actually still be a surprisingly efficient end game if he gets the yellow at all. That'll be a drop into a fat log. One yellow pill half will get wasted. Not a huge deal right now. That yellow virus will be the last thing he needs, indicating that he's going to take it horizontally. And yes, he is going to. One virus to go. He's out at 356. Cat Pants needs one red half. She's out. 359. 3-second game even on viruses going into level 10. And I'm afraid for Luke's dad, that might have been a miss slide on the blue yellow at the top of columns 5 and 6, thinking maybe he wanted that in 6 and 7 instead. But not really phasing him too much early in this board.
Yeah, that could have been on purpose. However, the misdrop over in 1-2, that I'm going to think is going to be the one that's going to be an issue. It's not long term, as he is already starting to clear half of it. And if he'll put this, yeah, there we go. He gets that other miss slide out of the way. So the board is much cleaner now. Just that one bit of yellow garbage there in column 1. But Cat Pants is taking this opportunity to not have any garbage whatsoever. She doesn't have a lot of use for anything that isn't yellow, but boy, oh boy, is she zipping through the bottom of this board, down to just 14 viruses. So now holding on to an 8 virus lead is Cat Pants. But Aaron just finding the plays that are going to keep him moving forward as well.
Yeah, Cat Pants took a big horizontal there to clear 3 viruses and a 5 pellet clear. You could tell she was hesitant about taking it because it would have and did leave her some red garbage. But with little other use for red, that's not really a big sticking point for her. It is already gone. She needs blue really everywhere to progress in this level now. And that has led to this becoming a tie game again. 7 viruses played 7. 5 of those viruses are red for Luke's dad. 5 of those viruses are blue for Cat Pants. So some mostly monochromatic end games here. Cat Pants is getting the RNG to drill through hers just a little bit faster, as it's now only red on the right side of your screen for Aaron. 1 virus to 3, 1 blue half will get Cat Pants out. There it is. 6:05. 2 red halves will get Aaron out. There they are. 6:08. It is once again exactly 3 seconds between these levels, just like it was out of 9. And we have some pretty similar looking boards as far as yellow being piled up on the sides for both of these players.
Yeah, the red is just not really necessary for Aaron's board, and at the moment, it's not really necessary for Cat Pants' board either. She's got some drop spots for it. He's managed to find some, just find some red viruses kind of midway through, but it is anybody's game here. It's 36-35. These things are so close. Neither player able to get a clear advantage over the other one. I really think we're going to be down to another photo finish, which I'm sure neither player wants to see. But right now, it is Cat Pants getting down to the bottom of her board quicker. She's now got a 10 virus lead, but I've learned that when it comes to players playing at this level, having that kind of a lead just means that your opponent has some plays that they haven't managed to get pulled off yet. So we're going to see what Aaron can put together. Although he's got a limited time to do it, as Cat Pants is just zipping right ahead.
Yeah, for a while, the story between these two boards was the top lines, as Aaron needed to be very creative to do literally anything with yellow, and that gave Cat Pants enough time to get through some of her own droughts and really tear a hole through this board. 11 viruses plays 22. She is very stacked over in column 8. Not exactly ideal to use a move like a D sandwich to get rid of some of that, but she has quite a bit of time to do so by the looks of it. 9 viruses to 21. I'm hoping here's a big T that'll get rid of some of those reds. Wasn't super necessary right this second, but it does look cool and reduces the number of pills that she needs. I'd like to see her work on especially the top of that big column 8 stack. Luke Stad not giving up the fight, slowly but surely getting back into this. Has some unfortunate red garbage all the way around his board. Double red rush right now will help him get rid of a lot of that. I'd like to see it stop pretty soon so that he can continue the progress. Here we go. 6 viruses to 15. Cat Pants building up on her right side. Unfortunately, misses the blue horizontal with the drop there. This is so close, Ook.
Yeah, the horizontals, Cat Pants has been setting them up and then not drilling them down. That has, unfortunately for her, resulted in a stoplight there on column 8. Aaron with a much cleaner end game, especially with this drop horizontal. But there is a double red for Cat Pants. That is going to be exactly what she wants, and she gets a huge clearance.
Wow.
So now this blue, 1 red, and she's going to be out at a 9-14 to take game 2 and bring us into a decider. So, could this tournament have ended any other way, partner?
I really don't think so. Some great
No.
work there to a Houdini-like escape out of a really, really scary ending over in those rightmost columns. Luke Stad getting another double red rush. He doesn't need it now. He's going to go ahead and looks like he's not going to
stop
play
it
this
now.
out. A massive roller coaster crown on both sides of the aisle there in crown number 2. And it's 1-1. We are going to a grand final decider, the only way it could possibly end.
Yeah. All right. So, these players, they've got PBs within 10 seconds of each other. They've got averages within 20 seconds of each other. They have been slapping each other in the face this whole time in the least Canadian way possible, but we don't even have a Toronto regional for another end of the month. Yeah, about 4 weeks. There's a 3-2-1 pills. Let's do this thing.
The final crown of this tournament is underway. Who will be poutine themselves up on top? I hate myself for that joke. I thought about it and I instantly regretted it. Let's forget that ever happened. Lots of red and blue on both top lines for these players. It looks like actually pretty similar seeds the whole way down.
Yeah. Sorry, you sent me on a spiral with that one. But yeah, it's 25-24. These two again, just right back and forth. Cat Pants with the setup and the tee. That was gorgeous. Very, very fun play there. And she is going to get back into a tie as Aaron keeping a very clean end game. He is or into his mid board here. Let's see if he's thinking about the horizontal. I feel like that's probably the case. Yeah. But isn't going to be able to get the fat log there at the bottom. So he's going to have to take those individually. But yeah, no blue to speak of, despite the fact that that is exactly what he wanted to see for a good minute there.
Had a
Finally
chance
gets the
there if he
blue.
put it on column 4. He'll manufacture it a different way. Still got the clear that he wanted. That opens up the middle of his board very, very well. 8 viruses plays 6, though I like Cat Pants' endgame just a little bit better here. That yellow virus at the bottom of column 7 is going to be a problem, but it shouldn't be a problem for right now with so much red in the way. Aaron needs a lot of blue here. Those 2 blue viruses in row 2, you'd like to take those horizontally. He's unfortunately blocked that off quite a bit. He'll take them one at a time. No problem there. Not a lot of punishment pills. Cat Pants out first on the left side of your screen, 153, and 2 blue halves to go. Aaron will be out at a 159. How many levels so far in this match have we seen? A 5-second discrepancy or less between the players? It just continues.
Yeah, these two showing that they both deserve to be in this position, taking their best shot at becoming the month's silver champion. And Cat Pants was hoping for a horizontal there. I think okay, yeah, she's decided she's going to go for it no matter what. I think, but maybe not. I'm having trouble saying the double yellow kind of made up her mind for her. as she is holding on to a 10 virus lead now. But yeah, we know that neither player has been able to really hold on to a firm lead for very long. And at this point, it doesn't matter who is in control at this point in the game. It just matters who is winning when the whole tournament's over.
Yeah, Cat Pants with a little bit of fancy play working the whole way down this level, but more importantly, it's efficient fancy play, and she's down to just 4 viruses. She's torn open a hole in this match just a little bit. 3 viruses plays 24. A lot of yellow garbage over on Aaron's board. He needs reds to really drill through the heart of this board. Finally getting some of those right now. Now there's yellow and blue garbage piled up on the sides. That's clean up in aisle 3 is certainly happening over there, but Cat Pants has taken advantage, jumped out at a 338 out of 9, very good pace in this winner take all crown.
Yeah, she's on a PB pace at this point. Speaking of amazing things, that was a fat log there for Aaron's dad. I won't be singing about it, but you know, if you're a big Flendo fan, you can sing it to yourself. It is yeah, 36-34 now in wow. She is clearing these viruses out at a clip. I'm trying to call out what Cat Pants has got left, and I can't do it. Aaron's got 10 left though in level 9, and he's gonna have to get into this 11 pretty quick, or else Cat Pants is going to be just zipped right on through. This is a heck of a board for her. And the one thing you might be worrying about, all of the blues, yep, she's getting those too.
Yeah, an absolutely amazing speed board for Cat Pants the whole way down so far. You were trying to call out what she had, and you weren't able to do it. What she didn't have is yellow. For a while, that was just 3 viruses left out of about 25 were yellow. Now she's gotten herself into quite a bit more diverse state, though still not quite there. Some blues could be problematic. Luke's dad finally tearing down his level 9. 1 red half to go. He's out at 5 minutes, not the time he's looking for, but it's not over till it's over. They say it's not over till the fat lady sings, and I sure ain't singing yet. Not much yellow, not much to do with yellow at the top of his board, but digging through it about as quickly as he reasonably can.
Yeah, that was a nasty drop from Cat Pants. I was just gonna say this is the furthest we've seen either of these players ahead. As Cat Pants was holding on to about a 35 virus lead. She's going to be out at a 537 into her level 11. We're looking at silver level, just super hot times, possibly even. Well, no, it won't be I forgot Adelito exists, so you know it won't be a gold level hot time, but that's just because we've got a couple of players that are of an absurd capacity. He is not the only one. But man, oh man, this has been the play of Cat Pants' life, I think. She is just zipping right through here. Would really like to see some more red for her, but if that's the worst thing you got to complain about after what all she's put on, that's really saying something. You know, Aaron's really tearing through this 10 pretty quickly himself. Looks like it was level 9 that was the problem for both these players.
Yeah, definitely looking to be the case. Cat Pants dealing with a lot of red on her top line, continuing to just slowly but surely break that down. Aaron is going to be in a place soon where it's only yellow left in his level 10. He'll get in between those 2 viruses in column 2, clear them out, and now a red-yellow rush means he's out of level 10. So fortunately, not getting lapped this time around. He was out at 657. It was about a 35 virus lead. He got it down to 28, but it looking like it might be just a little too late, as Cat Pants keeping an incredibly diverse, incredibly clean board the whole way down. A little bit of red garbage there in column 8, but it's in a set of 3 right now, easily clearable. Great horizontal on her bottom line. Hoping she's able to get another one with the reds over on the left. Maybe just a little bit red smacked in this ending, but she has ways around pretty much any piece she could possibly get. Another great drop there. Masterful use of all of the pieces that Cat Pants is seeing in really this whole level 11.
Yeah, at this point, the only question I think is, will she PB? Her PB at the moment is an 806, so we are on PB watch. It is just about. It's going to happen. There it is
He's
at a
got it.
755. Cat Pants gets her PB and takes it into another championship, her third, her second of the year. So GG's to her. GG's to Aaron on making his third runner-up appearance of the year. That is quite the accomplishment as well. But in the end, it is Cat Pants with a swelteringly fast level 11 and entire level block to take this championship. So GG's to both of our players.
Yeah, absolutely great play this entire final. I mean, it went to a decider. What more can you ask for, really? It was just that one level in the third crown that decided it in Cat Pants' favor. She is your July 2026 speed champion for the silver bracket.
All right, so here's what we've got coming up. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, we've got our Team Battle Royale signups are in the Discord through next Saturday, August the 8th. So if you've got any interest in playing a very interesting format of versus play, you can definitely take part in that. Don't forget also, we've got SNES tournament qualifying. That will be going on through tomorrow evening. That is midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern on Monday. So if you want to be part of our silver or our SNES bracket that William in Texas will be hosting on his channel next weekend, you'll want to jump in on that. And don't forget, we've got one more live event coming up this month because it is August now, and that will be August 29th in Toronto. All the Canadians are going to come out and have some fun, and probably a few non-Canadians as well. But that is going to do it for our July Silver Bracket Championship. For all of our commentators, JB Henry, Sergeant Saros, Archer Lewis, my co-hosts, Solar Espion, and myself, Luke the Librarian, for our restreamer, The Dave, and all of our players, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, as always, take your vitamins.